Welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 56, a long time coming to get to this particular point. We're very excited to see what happens and perhaps what happens next week, if there is a next week. We're very excited for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We're coming to you live on twitch.tv/ingloriousbards every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. normally Pacific time. Come join us live. Come join the chat. See what's going on with our stories in the live stream. You can also catch us on our YouTube channel as well as on every podcast platform out there. All of this also can be found on our website, ingloriousbards.com. Without further ado, let's find out what happened last time on our adventure from Jeremy.
So the defenders made it through the Nexus point, back to the Nexus, with the exception of Xander and Yelena that stayed behind to throw a massive fireball at a Colium rift. He did so and caused a huge explosion. Everyone else made it through. Xander was really afraid that he was about to explode, but didn't survive. And now there is this crater of liquid stone that's now holding the ocean away that they fell into. Yelena and Xander worked to get their way out of there, made their way back to Mage Nor's tower, and Xander started to create a new Nexus point to get back, but was hit with the realization that he was actually hit with different magic from the Colium Rift itself. And now he didn't know that if he went to the Nexus point, if it would actually take them there or anywhere else in general. So instead, they tried to find another way to get themselves back to Mirskan or back to the Nexus point. And while they were scrambling and looking around, Yaru and Sildren were in the Nexus, and they actually left to go to Mirskan to determine if Xander was still alive. When finding out that he was, Yaru started sending messages to him, and they started communicating back and forth about what the next plan was. Xander and Yelena found Mage Nor's ghost ship and started sailing that down to Mirskan, while Piercy and Yaru visited King Phaon. And Piercy explained what he had tried to do. Yaru tried to defend the fact that he made a pact with the dragon who was destroying the city. And with his fealty and with his devotion for revenge, Piercy was knighted by King Phaon. So he is now Sir von Skeetenlever and has a +1 against all dragons as he has vowed to take revenge on Shale. Xander and Yelena finally made it in. They made it back. Bully checked them out. Found out that Yelena has brain worms, like a way worse infection than everybody else. And so we're dealing with that. But then all the defenders, once now back together, got to go see Shale. Shale made the agreements, made the plan, and then said, this is what's going to happen. Everybody's going to get on my back. We're all getting together, and we're flying straight up there. Sildren had his doubts. He was really concerned about the fact that we have another rift sphere that we haven't taken care of. Shale didn't want to hear about it. He reminded us that he will not take on Char Ice himself, but he'll take out all the rest of the Colium, and it's go time. From that point on, we all literally rode on Shale's back, and we are flying straight north, not to Dakareth, but to Jarvain. And that's where we left off. That's where we're at. It's go time, and we got to make sure that we either make it or we don't and have a great story to tell afterwards. So with that in mind, let the adventure begin.
Cool air blasts Yaru's face as he clings to the neck of the red dragon. The tremendous beast flies through the sky over ice-clad mountains. The dragon's magic keeps most of the icy weather at bay, as well as the heroes safely on the creature's back. Another huge sweep of its wings, and the red dragon and heroes sail ever northward towards the lair of the white dragon, Char Ice. More snow-covered mountains appear beneath them as the sun rises. Sitting behind the monk on the dragon's back, Bali taps Yaru on the shoulder.
You know, somewhere out there in these mountains is the Grey Hole. A warm dwarven retreat in this frozen realm. I'd like to see it again someday. See the giant stone statues covered beside the entrance. And there's a dwarven pub at the bottom of the mountain with the biggest fireplace and biggest tankards you've ever seen. But it's still far away. Somewhere in these mountains.
Yes, we are a long way from home, Bali. In more ways than one.
I know what you mean. I never imagined a priest like myself, who spent his life praying and living underground, would be riding on the back of a flying dragon high in the sky over Jarvain.
Behind them, Sildren leans over to Piercy.
I'm still not sure heading to battle Char Ice right now is the right path to take. We may be headed to our doom.
What do you mean, children?
Well, there were 3 rift spheres that Char Ice controlled, and we've only destroyed 2 of them. 1 yet remains. What does that mean for us in this coming battle? I'm not sure it's even possible for Char Ice to be slain.
I don't disagree, but we have not much choice now. By my yes, and we'll be a landing soon, and then we'll be a fighting.
I still have my doubts.
You best to keep your doubts to yourself and not discourage the others. This will be a tough battle, and we need our strength and our swords, and our courage and our hearts.
At the rear of the group, atop the dragon, Xander says nothing at all, as Palik holds on to him tightly from behind. Even flying into an enemy kingdom to slay a massive dragon, the little gnome can't help but smile with Palik's arms around him. The red dragon dips downward towards mountains beside the ocean. The mountains soon disappear beneath clouds and a thick snow, and even the dragon's magic cannot keep out all the icy wind blasting the heroes. Prepare yourselves for battle. We land soon outside the Northern Queen's lair, the city of Icerin. The dragon swoops down even faster, somehow able to find its way through the blinding snow. The young sorceress Yelena calls out, Xander, I'm worried. We're heading into the biggest battle ever, and I can't keep my magic going.
You'll do fine, Yelena. Just stay close to me. I know you can do this.
Do you really think we'll survive this?
We didn't come all this way to survive. We came here to slay a dragon and end a war. Worry about being alive when all the killing's done.
Shale swoops down low over the ocean. His wings stretch out over the water and leave a trail of melted ice beneath him as he soars low over the waves. Ahead, through the snow, lies a city perched upon an ice cliff over the ocean. The city is made of white stone and perfectly smooth blocks of ice. Towers of ice rise out all across the city. No walls, no battlements, as who would dare attack the Northern Queen and her Colium army of dragonkin? Surrounding the city is a semicircular crevasse that cuts through the cliff to the ocean, leaving the city itself atop a massive chunk of rock surrounded by this crevasse. 2 large bridges cross the crevasse halfway down, providing access between the icy continent and the interior beneath the city. One bridge leads to a huge open doorway beneath the city, big enough to fly a dragon through, with red, warm light emanating from the doorway. The bridge on the other side of the city leads to another huge door, this one with a bright white light shimmering out of it. Shale flies low over the water to avoid detection before angling straight for the bridges within the crevasse. I cannot engage the queen herself, but I will take on her army of dragonkin. None will come to her rescue if you can find her lair. Now choose. Choose where I leave you to begin your assault.
I'm thinking that the ice dragons, they don't like the warmth, and so take us to the opening with the red light. That will give us a safer place to start.
Shale soars through the crevasse, over the bridge between cliffs, and flies just a foot over the icy span. A lone Colium soldier walking the bridge turns with a confused look in its eyes right before it's swallowed whole by the red dragon. Shale and the heroes fly straight across the bridge to the giant door beneath the city. Off in the distance from no particular location, the pounding of heavy drums can be heard.
Here we go, boys. This is it.
Boys? What the fuck, Bali, you dick?
First unexpected line after the script.
It looks written into that
It
script.
totally does. It totally does. Tim, do we have music going for us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, the dragon comes swooping into the door with the red warm light through this big doorway, comes swooping in and lands just within the entrance, shakes off what little snow was able to cling to its warm scales, lands down, gets very low to the ground so that all of you can get off. All 7 of you. Our 6 heroes and Yelena have arrived in the kingdom of Jarvain.
Joy.
Yay! We're here early.
Hey, is Shale still there?
Shale is still there.
Hey, dummy. Why, you said you can't fight Char Ice, but why can you fight the other Colium guards? They're dragons too.
Shale gets very close to you, snout to halfling, and says, "They are not dragons at all."
Well, they look like you.
Oh.
He-
Sildren just steps away.
There's a
Cone
low
goes that
hiss
way.
right next to you. You-
Okay, well, your kind doesn't make much sense anyways, so.
The dragon flaps, looks out at the way back out into the snow and looks back at all of you. When this game is done, we will see who is still left fighting. And then flaps his wings and flaps and flaps and flies out and soars up out of the crevasse. And I want to make sure I've got the visual correct of this. You have a mountain essentially that is a cliff of ice that runs almost the entire edge of the ocean. On there is a city itself with a crevasse of ice all the way around it that goes straight down to the ocean. And it is just perched on this giant section of rock, this whole city. Yeah. And then connecting are 2 bridges that go to tunnels from the main continent crevasse into the city itself. You've gone in one of those.
The red one.
Yes. The red pill, Neo?
Yes.
All right.
This goes bad.
It's my fault.
You can hear a sound once the dragon's gone. You hear a little bit of snow falling. You hear a large crack of ice, glacial ice off in the distance that echoes around. And then you can hear a sound of a strange, distant chittering noise from deeper into this tunnel that curves around. And I would like anyone who is master or higher in nature to make a roll. I see just one person rolling the die.
Oh, my, this is going to be a good one.
It's a good roll.
Yeah, basically whatever you want to tell us, go ahead and tell us. I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize.
We're gonna use it now while we can.
Nature, 27 plus 19, 46?
46. You identify this as a sound of many, many, many creatures all gathered together that are not the dragonkin.
What are they?
You don't know from this distance.
Kobolds.
That chittering is not dragonkin, but it
Okay.
is many creatures.
But what creatures are they?
It's too far away to tell.
Well, okay then. So we get closer.
We have
And Bolly
little
starts
choice.
marching along.
Bolly marches along. You get just 30 feet as you round the corner when you almost run into a new friend, a creature, right there.
What are you?
Make a nature. Eye to eye, you find yourself.
Okay.
Find yourself staring at a fat goblin. It is naked. It has no weapons.
Chicks?
It has no weapons. It has no armor, and is standing there as surprised to look at you as you are to look at it.
What is the current relationship between goblins and dwarves as it stands?
Below average, not great. Not insta kill, but it's not respectful.
It's not respectful.
He immediately starts sneering at you. One of you.
He starts undressing too. Two can play this game.
If I knew it was going to be this kind of party.
It's a goblin party.
It's
Time to
the,
start gobbling.
is it the only one around?
Oh God.
Gotta get the humor on now because it's gonna get dark real soon in this adventure. What were you saying there?
Are there other goblins about it? It's just this one.
There is just this one, and then there's not. As he then goes "Ah!" and runs past you and starts running past all the rest of the group, "Ah, ah, ah!" and running past all of you.
Well,
make
there
it
should
grapple?
have sound.
Yeah,
All right. I'm not my strength. What is grappling? Athletics?
sure.
I'll help you
Sure
grapple.
is.
29.
29. Let's see if you get some help.
Dogpile.
Probably not. 27.
With a 27, you barely grab onto the goblin's arm, Piercy, and it's all slippery and oily, and you lose it. Sildren, you grab on, and he comes out. He has pretty much been just buttered and oiled up type of a vibe, and just squirting out. You're on your knees, he goes out, and the other people at the fair are laughing at you and that kind of big vibe. And it falls over, and it's scurrying. It starts running heading towards the door and bridge you guys just came in.
Stop it. Stop that thing.
Why?
It's going to make a lot of noise, draw a lot of attention, which we probably don't need right away.
Shoot a fireball at it.
It's just one of them. The char ice can eat him.
Stop your cabin and grab him.
Is it going into the?
Running past us.
It's going
out the door
past
that we just
out
came
towards
in, right?
outside. Okay.
If Philippe can reach out and try to grapple it, she will.
Wait, go for it. Athletics.
34.
You were able to grab the goblin and hold it down, but you have to lay on top of it because it's just so squirmy and slippery. Xander, make a roll.
Yep. It's a 5.
Roll
Yeah, what happens?
for erection.
Just gonna see how this plays out.
No, wait. Nobody
I'm going
help.
to draw my robe right up.
Shh, no one touch me. Just shh, let me have this. Let me have this.
Oh, God. This is wrong.
So yeah, you're on top of the wiggly goblin.
Oh, just pin it down.
Okay.
Somebody come grab this thing.
Piercy goes over and helps tame the goblin.
Okay.
Piercy the Goblin Tamer.
The goblin whisperer. The goblin cannot be tamed. It can be restrained and pinned by the two of you successfully, and you have it's on its belly. It's like ankles crossed, that police type
Do
thing.
you speak common, creature?
It does not respond in any common.
Xander, get your ass over here. Talk to this thing.
Yeah. Xander does, though I gotta be honest, it's not written down on my thing here. I know Xander speaks a lot of languages, and I was confident that gobbledygook was one of them. So Xander's going to try to speak in goblin or gobbledygook. Who are you and where are you going?
It responds with, and you do not understand it.
Okay. I got nothing. This is very uncomfortable. Is this what it's like always for you guys?
So we just take care of him now?
Sildren, show it a dragon tooth and see how it responds.
Sildren gets into his bag of holding and holds up one of Voldak's teeth before
All
him.
right.
In what would be
Yeah, a non-threatening
way.
A threatening way?
Yeah.
All right.
A jeweler.
Yeah.
So this one's
And it's-
Vordak the White. This happened like about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You'll see that on the far side. There's a really good carving. It's very strong.
You want to spend 2 months of your salary on the dagger.
Yeah.
The red dragon indentation.
that cannot be your next character. By the way. That would drive me insane. We'll play a level 20 wizard called Thurston Howell.
A dragon, really?
Well, now you're the center square.
Now I'm a dandy.
All right. What was that?
Showing him a tooth.
Showing him a tooth.
Yeah.
He gets immediately frightened and just starts quivering a little bit.
Hey, okay, he's got the point now. We just need to charge through here with a tooth in hand then.
What?
Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah, hold on. But that thing's very squirmy and greasy.
Keep 'em still.
Bali begins to prestidigitate and tries to remove the grease from the creature with its cantrip.
All right. You start putting your hands over the creature's body without touching them, like some weird new age healing method, and it starts to remove the oily substance from it.
Yeah, that should keep him still a bit.
Well, we can't talk to him. Are we going to just kill him, or should we tie him up and leave him?
Kill him or leave him. Those are the options. The creatures show no aggression.
Well,
It could be a
Police
captive of Char Ice.
was pulling her dagger out and slowly slides it back in.
This creature that was fleeing in a certain direction, what is out in that direction?
It's a curved tunnel you were just starting to head down towards.
Would you say this creature is frightened?
Yes.
Of
But
us?
it was heading out into the storm, basically away from.
Toward the bridge you guys came from.
it was heading.
And what's on the other side of that? The bridge would then go meet, and then there would be basically the white
It'd be
light.
door, bridge, and then another tunnel into the continent itself.
And that's where the white.
Nope.
No.
So you have the city that has 2 bridges coming into it, and you have the 2 doors are the ones we talked about. And then they also go out to the continent. There's 2 doors. Think of it like a train tunnel.
Okay,
2 different train tunnels that come out.
gotcha.
Yaru is going to try no cause for alarm on this creature to reduce its frightened level.
You guaranteed do it. How do you say it? What do you say? to calm it down?
After Sildren shows him the tooth, I grab the tooth, like lower it, and I guide him back to where he was guarding or sitting.
Okay.
The whole
and
time
I just
Soldier's
and I sit him down, and I just like mime that we are going to walk that way to the inside of the tunnel, and that he sits down.
You pointed one too many times. It snaps you with a bite. You take 1 point of piercing damage as it bites your finger.
Bleak slaps it across the face.
Oh, all right.
No more biting, you little shit. Well, let's just tie him up. Leave him here. He's not going to tell us anything.
Yeah, then I don't.
Children,
think he's
use
a
your
threat.
rope.
I was hoping to spare us the rope, but it seems he won't do.
Indeed. Soldern will use his rope.
All right.
Don't know why Palik is so determined about that.
Children, use all your gold to
Guess
buy
I
us.
knew it would bother you. That's why.
All right, fair enough.
All right. You
Soldern
get,
will tie him up. Tight enough that he gauges it would take him a good 2 hours. To
We
get out.
wasting time.
okay.
Let's yo.
That's one. There's 400 more down this tunnel.
Well, I got plenty of rope.
A little less now, but yeah.
Bali, a little bit more stealthily, begins to make his way down that tunnel.
All right. Bali leads the way, as every healer should.
Yeah,
Forward.
can we, Bali? Can we
Piercy.
maybe?
You're all just
Do you
playing
want to
with
go
goblins.
first?
Piercy's
going
shoulder
that
to
way.
shoulder with Bali.
All right, Piercy.
Right, okay, fine, I'll wait my turn.
Maybe
That's-
third or fourth.
You're not moving.
Might be your better.
Go!
Are we going?
Piercy, going first, you walk down this wide corridor that could fit several wagons easily. You can hear this cackling sound like a bunch of geese getting louder and louder and louder. As you round this corner, there's a big red light from 2 large furnaces that are blasting a lot of fire in here, where they are roasting a lot of pretty decently smelling food that's completely contrasted with the horrific smell of the, how many did you say? 400 goblins that are in this massive chamber. It is a chamber that is made up of metal bars of tons and tons of pens, even some small metal bar cages, with 400 goblins just crammed in there like crazy. They're all just going, and there are 3 of the Colium Dragonkin that are walking around. One of them's like hissing at the bars and rattling the cages to piss them off. And then there's a couple goblins, maybe a dozen that are at the furnaces right now. They're cooking food on spit.
Is that food likely goblins?
Yes.
Oh, that's harsh. They're making them cook the.
How many Colium guards did you say?
3.
Well,
How close is the closest one?
50 feet.
let's.
Fleek wants to sneak up behind him.
Make a stealth roll +4. Actually, don't even make it. The sound is just crazy, and they're not even paying attention. You can get right close to him. And you can just right up to the bar. And all the goblins there start shrinking away. They know the punishment that will come.
Oh, I'm going to take my rapier and put it right into its neck.
All right, they just see this dragging hissing, and they're all looking back. They don't even see you, and they just see this rapier just pierce through the neck. And this dragonkin collapses at your knees, grasping at the blade, grasping here, and then finally just can't breathe and drops.
I mean,
You're just Saving Private Ryan. I hate that scene.
Oh
so
my
much.
god,
Worst
it is
scene in the movie.
horrible.
Best scene, but worst scene.
Yeah.
if it's possible, Palik would just like to bing, bang, boom these three.
That will take a stealth roll. Let's do stealth roll +4.
40.
40. With
Oh,
a 40,
my
you get
gosh.
right up to the next one, and you can also finish him. How does that look?
Same. Just
Same.
like right through the back of the neck. Just
Right through again.
Yeah.
All right. That one's a little harder to get out of the larynx, the blade, but it finally comes out. The last one, though, might have seen this. Just make a stealth roll straight.
Yeah, 40.
40, and you're able to drop the third one. How does that kill look like?
That one turns around right as I'm behind him, and I get him in the left eye.
Oh.
Or the right eye.
Right eye?
Yeah.
And you are able to get that one out easily, but then you have the eye that came out with it.
It's gonna stay there.
Just a little nerve ending whipping around the
Yep.
end.
Releasing these goblins would certainly sow some chaos. And Sildren will release at least some of them.
Yeah, if any of them are chained up,
Yeah.
Palik will start going through.
Yeah,
and
we're going to start
unlocking
releasing
the chains
releasing
or
the
whatever.
goblin horde.
Okay.
Provided that as we begin, checking to make sure that we're not going to be instantly attacked.
Yeah,
by
as we
them.
as
Yeah.
like Palik releases him, she's like, "Go,
Yeah.
go!" Make some like, get the fuck out of here.
You're free.
to be eaten
You're
by
free lunch for all the
shell.
golem outside.
Yeah.
Make a diplomacy roll, Palik.
Okay.
How about Xander was releasing them?
No. 30. With a 30,
I thought you said 3.
you open up this big gate and start to swing it open, and the goblins don't do anything. You then start telling them to go, 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 and then they start rushing out and pushing and smashing and wedging, and actually push the gate so far, swinging around, you are crushed a bit by the gate and take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, Palik.
Okay.
No
So-
good deed.
And there are a
It's
couple other
unpunished.
gates you guys opening, unleashing all these gates to let all 400 goblins out.
Oh,
Yep.
All right, it is a mass chaos. You
chaos
guys have to stay to the sides as 400 goblins just go out, and the noise, and which was intense before, gets even more intense. They just go rushing by. It's almost just like this torrent of chaos of too much sensory input. They all go racing by, and then as all of this chaotic sound is happening, it all comes to an instant stop
Uh-oh.
when everyone can hear above this big roar of a huge dragon and this big fireball exploding sound that rocks the whole underground area.
Oh well.
Got our attention.
Is there any way to like what is feeding this forge, the furnace, like, or the the cooking spits? Is there any way to extinguish them?
Yeah, there's some metal grate thing that can cut off the
Yeah.
oxygen.
That's the intention. Then.
All right.
We're gonna
You want to
shut it.
stop the fire?
I want to stop whatever Char Ice is doing, and if that is creating fire here, then it will cause her turmoil.
She might have just wanted a hot meal. I don't know.
That's a lot better than the 4th level spell I was
Molly,
going to cast on it. That's good.
dragons like Molly, did dragons like their meals pre-cooked?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes,
So yeah,
which means
cut
there's
'em up.
something going on.
The Colium might, but he's the expert on the Colium over there.
Cher did mention that the Colium are not dragons. That leads me to wonder what they are.
They're akin to dragons.
It'll be one of those days, isn't it, children?
Master of
Bleak
nature
got us
right here, buddy.
Yeah, your 3 wins bullshit.
I know where those winds come from.
I just need to be able to break out with the.
So, did the goblins stop, or did they all like?
Oh, they then
freeze?
got back up. They all cowered down when they heard that. They got back up and they slowly, quietly go, and it builds and builds, and then you hear them all making this cacophonic sound off in the distance as they run out onto the bridge. You're sure at least several dozen have already slipped off that bridge to their doom, but they're just running across this icy bridge to whatever freedom they can find.
We've done what we can here.
So this room doesn't have any other entrances?
Yes, it has two. Yes, it does have two. It has a hallway that is a long, bloody hallway with ice and blood all mixed together that ascends upwards. And another hallway that is ice. No, that is extra icy that has no blood at all.
You made the choice before, Piercy. What's it gonna be now?
I think we go up the bloody one. It seems to be the way to the dragon.
Okay.
After you.
No, just watching. Watching for what's going on. Just blood is, blood, but
Piercy starts up this ramp.
As Piercy starts up, Bali just checks out the viscera a bit, using some medical knowledge and trying to figure out, is this goblin? And was this created by them or something else?
What viscera are you referring to?
You said it was the
bloody
bloody
area?
hallway.
Make a nature roll.
Can I use medicine?
You
or just nature?
may make a nature roll 39.
All right.
Reroll.
That's a miss. A 39 nature, no, 30.
Okay, you have no idea. You do, however, hear a blowing of a horn off in the distance above in the city.
Back on the continent.
Above in the city.
straight up in the
Oh.
city.
Can I recognize the horn?
Alistair can. Yaru can.
I recognize the horn.
You do,
What is the horn?
Mr. Dragonkin lore.
Oh,
It would appear that they are aware of Shale's presence now.
Good.
but I'll roll just to make sure. Colium. Ooh, that is 16 plus 21. That is
35,
a 40.
37.
What?
37.
37.
That is correct.
Yeah, they are aware of Shale's presence.
That was a good waste of time.
Is it good? We need Shell to distract us, them, for us.
If anything, he is keeping his word, and that is good enough for me for now.
Yeah, but do we bother going up here, or do we cross bridge and go into the city?
Where likely Charis was.
Are we helping Shale fight, or are we going after the queen?
I'm going after the queen. He said he can take care of all these little shits. They're not that tough. Look at these three.
And we don't need to go up. We go across to the bridge to the city.
Didn't we hear the dragon from upstairs? From over the top of us?
Shale.
The city is above us.
It was likely Shale because we felt the fire from a breath at
Oh.
that moment, which I don't think would be Charis.
Then onwards!
Yes, let us stay here for now. Perhaps we find Charis, or perhaps we find a weakness within these walls.
So we stay here now?
Continue down
is
this
now our
path,
home.
Bolly.
Yes.
He doesn't mean stay in the kitchen area.
Piercy is
We turned off
walking
the
up the
fire.
bloody icy ramp.
I'm
I'm going with
confused.
Piercy.
Here,
I'm
you guys
following
start
Piercy.
going up
Piercy.
that
Yeah.
bloody icy ramp. And before we leave this room, I did want to mention a chat comment that came up. I don't like to do this often, but someone in chat mentioned that Bali is about to start a race war with the goblins. And that triggered an auto moderation on Twitch with race war. Good job getting yourself banned.
For goblins, no less.
They're not worth it.
They're not with.
You climb up or you walk up the sloped hallway upwards that is with a bunch of slushy ice mixed with blood and climb and climb. And
Snow cones.
it goes up a bit until you come to a chamber nowhere near as big as the one you just came from. Sizable, maybe 100 by 100 feet, slightly lowish ceiling than you're used to, maybe just 6 feet tall. So cozy for some of you. And you see in this place there are 12 dragonkin, all laying upon the floor, slightly relaxed or even curled up a bit, not in their leathery egg pose, but just laying down. All appear to be asleep or dead. And all of them have a large, flat metal plate in front of them with blood and gore upon it.
Can Sildren...
And on the other side, sorry to interrupt, is another hallway that heads out, and there is cold air coming in from there.
Can Sildren make a nature roll to find out if they are actually dead from this distance?
Sure.
40.
They are asleep, all of them.
Not dead.
Not dead.
They're only sleeping.
Palik's gonna go to work.
Piercy as
Oh,
well.
bing bang,
Yeah.
bing bang, boom.
Yeah.
Piercy and Palik?
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, I'm no slouch at stealth, so Sildren
Yeah.
will participate.
But you have to bludgeon them slowly.
Did you want to help Sildren?
Yes.
Sildren, roll a d4. The other two of you roll a d6. That's how many you kill before they wake up.
4.
6.
And 2.
That's 12.
That's 12!
Oh my
Yeah!
god!
You only got 2, please? I got 4
Slow
over
to start.
well,
They were big ones.
Some blunt object at the end of your rapier.
I wanted you guys to feel good about yourselves.
We don't need this.
you need some rope?
She's like picking which dagger to use.
They are all dead in their sleep. The last one barely looking up as Palik puts another rapier through its neck. And
Oh, I want to have 2 eyes on my rapier
Okay.
now. I'm gonna
And
collect
they're-
some
you need an
eyeballs.
onion in between each
Yeah.
one, though.
You said
Only
they're
you
holding.
can see what I have seen with your eyes.
They were holding shields. What were they? What is it that
I
they
think
were?
the trays they were eating. They just
Oh, okay, okay.
eaten,
Gotcha.
some goblin.
Goblin off.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Something.
Pressing forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I let's
All
continue
right.
on.
Is there any?
Panic over
These
there.
were just like regular. Like there's no like juicy loot or anything.
There's no juicy loot.
Okay.
We now know the name of the T-shirt. I want to buy you. And you can.
Be a good episode title. It's
Halfling wear by
That's
Palik.
Palik's nickname, Juicy,
Juicy
Loot.
loot.
It's
on the rumble for short shorts.
She's got a tramp stamp.
Juicy Loot with a Inglorious Bard's logo right there on it.
What do you think of this, Andrew? Let's see how this plays out.
All right. You guys walk down another hall. This one's not as long, and the cold air starts to hit Piercy and Baldy up front, as you also see some bright light and can see snow falling up ahead as this opens up into a massive room that I would liken it to a ice quarry, if you will. So it's a rectangular room with long shelves or ridges of ice cut out, where several hundred, 200 of these dragonkin rest. This is one of their barracks within the city, one of many that they have. These several hundred, as you start to go, and I'm imagining whoever's middle, like Sildren or something, puts a hand on one of the two of you to hold you up. You can see they are all just agitated like a huge flock of birds that have just been disturbed, and they're all flapping and flapping and flapping and flying off and flying up. The entire ceiling's gone, so that's where the snow and the air is coming through. And they all start flapping and flapping and rising up and up and up. You can see there's some other corridors that branch off on the other side. And then there is a big, huge, fiery explosion right above this room. And then about a dozen charred corpses of the dragonkin start falling out of the sky as more fly up. And then you see a whoosh as a big red dragon goes flying overhead, fighting somewhere up in the sky.
That's our boy.
Shh.
Yeah, you remember that, Piercy.
So they're
Yeah,
but these guys are all
200.
trying to exit,
Yep,
right?
they're
That's
all just flying up and flying, and you see them summoning their
They're getting
swords, their ice
zapped.
swords.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let them clear. And so we're gonna wait. Let them like clear out.
Okay.
Agreed.
You do so. You see there are... once they're all gone, you can see them up fighting. As you guys step in this area carefully, you look up. You see there are several hundred of these creatures from multiple of the barracks that are filling the sky. Just swarms of them coming in. And then this big dragon just flying through a whole bunch, smashing into them, raking a bunch as they go, blasting fire, and just more just coming out of the city swarming. It's just a crazy aerial mass up above.
We could just sneak away at this point.
Do any of these dragonkin have blue marks on their faces?
You do see a few.
Yaru really wants to try to get close to one of them.
Nah, let's leave them to be.
They're up in the sky.
We
they're
have
they're
bigger,
getting zapped. Okay.
We have
bigger dragons
we
to
have
fry
more of,
today.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make it across and get to there.
Yeah, and let's go.
Okay, you see there in the other side of this big ice quarry, if you will, there are three, again, large doors. There is one that is very plain, two metal doors, the one that is slightly ajar. There's another one that is very ornate and made of stone. That's got all sorts of cool carvings that you're not sure what they represent from this distance. And then there's a third one. So there's three on there. And there's a third one that is just a simple door. You can barely even see it's a door. It's just a simple sheet of ice with a bunch of symbols on it.
I've seen this before.
A Xander.
Xander goes to inspect the sheet with the symbols on it.
Okay.
Sheet of ice.
You head over there. You see there are several different symbols in three different clusters of symbol groups.
We're gonna let our puzzle master deal with that, and Sildren's gonna just kind of be watching out, make sure like we don't have any stragglers or retreaters come in.
All right. Duly noted. You see there's a capital T type shape with a cross across the middle. There's a symbol with 5 vertical lines. There's 2 circles. There's a space for a symbol that is not there. And then there's a 5th symbol that is that of a snowflake. Underneath that, there's an X. There's a circle. There's a triangle. And underneath that is a lightning bolt and a cloud symbol.
Xander goes to the symbols and presses the snowflake, the circle, and the cloud.
All right. You press these symbols on the ice start to light up in a light blue color. When you press the last one, the ice itself starts to slowly start to melt away and then descend down into the floor as well. And that portal opens up before
How
you.
in the hell do you figure those out? And thank God you're here.
good job,
We
Xander.
could have used you in season 1.
I got this one going. No announcements on here.
So are we going through that?
Yes. Let's go through this one.
Okay.
Seems like the likeliest one
Agreed.
to find this big stupid dragon.
That or the
What
ornate.
did the
That's
symbol say there,
probably-
Xander?
My favorite room. You don't need to worry about that one.
The snowflake is Jarvain. According to the Colium page that we got way back in Major North's Tower yesterday, the snowflake is Jarvain, the circle is for open, and the cloud that you see in the bottom is for no sound or suppress the alert. So I'm opening in Jarvain with no noise.
You're so
Ta-da!
smart.
Well, thanks. You're pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. Get a room.
Bali has the sickened one condition.
You're my little juicy loop.
Yeah. That's one.
All right, you guys are heading through that door.
Yeah,
you go
sounds like it.
through another longish corridor. It opens up into another room that is somewhat narrow. I'm sorry, it's somewhat low, compared to the other gigantically tall building rooms you've been dealing with, this one's only about 40 feet tall. The floor is also of interest. The floor is like almost clear ice, and it's almost completely pitch black. So you can, those of you with your vision can just see, what is it, like 50 or 60 feet out, can make out some signs. And there's enough light barely streaming in from the opening way behind to see if you have low light vision. There's no humans, so everyone has vision of some sort, right? Even Piercy? All right, well, great. So you can barely see just 60
What
feet
about
ahead.
Yelena?
And you're on this, oh, Yelena cannot see.
That's right. Children is light.
Okay, you're Aeon watch. All right.
Keeping it pretty directional.
Okay. And that creates some cool little sparkles at times across this floor that you're walking on. And Bali, we will give you some sort of first edition D&D Dwarven racial bonus of detecting slopes for dwarves. That you
15% down, okay.
that you can actually detect a slight incline in the floor as you guys are walking across this chamber looking for something possibly on the other end. It's a little odd.
That's interesting. We're going up very slowly.
Yeah, slowly and quietly.
But we're going up. Not straight across, but up.
Probably into the city.
It seems odd.
You continue to walk. As you do so, in this dark room, you hear off in the distance another horn blaring and another big blast of fire way off in the distance. And you also hear a different sound. You hear a loud sound from either directly ahead or below or above. You can't tell exactly. It's somewhere around in the not so far away vicinity. You hear a loud dragonish voice call out into this darkness. Different than the dragonish voice that brought you here.
Lovely.
And this voice says, I have smelled you before. Yes. The fortress where I chewed upon the bones of one of you. I still have his withered meat between my teeth. And you see some sort of movement up ahead, but you're not quite sure.
That was not good.
What were you expecting?
Well, surprise was hopeful.
Yaru makes his way to the front of the group
All right?
and just presses forward.
Yaru, as you press forward, you hear, you come here for revenge.
Ignore her, everyone. Not until we are face to face with her do you speak.
It gets a little cold, not uncomfortably cold, but a little cold as you continue walking forward. Children, you see some sort of image of a tree flashing across the ice beneath your feet and see it reflecting or looking around and above, but can't see anything.
No? What?
You hear, and it was you who destroyed the fortress. Was it you who destroyed my precious rift?
Bet your ass it was.
You should have known that was going to go.
I know, what fuck?
Leek's voice echoes throughout the chamber.
Show yourself.
I don't think she'll fit in here. I hope not.
We'd want her to.
Yeah, all of you can make perception rolls. We're looking for 40s or higher.
32, so
Nat 20.
short of that.
Oh, nice!
I'm not even gonna roll.
Yeah, 32 on my end.
That's not bad.
41.
With a 41.
39.
With a 41, Bali, you can see the flash of movement like some sort of alien predator stalking you all of a giant form of a white dragon directly below you or above you. And Palik, you immediately just start looking down and it is beneath you. and then gone. Nothing but darkness beneath you.
It's down. It's below us.
How do we get to her?
Well, there's a quick way, and then there's that way. Pointing straight ahead across the bridge.
Percy takes out a short sword and starts stabbing the
All
ice.
right. He starts stabbing at this ice. You hear the dragon say, "Many have tried to slay me, but all have failed. I have lived for centuries and will live for centuries more. But you all will die now." And upon saying that, the ice gives way in chunks beneath your feet, and you fall and crash and tumble and roll and drop and drop and drop into a lower chamber. This is essentially one giant large chamber that has been vertically split in half with a slightly iced dome that you were walking across, and have now dropped down into the main chamber. We have about a 60-foot drop that you guys have fallen. Yaru, Palik, and Piercy land on hard ice and take 30 points of falling
No.
damage.
Zero.
Actually, yeah.
What's that?
Zero points of falling damage.
Why?
Catfall.
Catfall.
Legendary
Legendary.
catfall.
I have catfall at master, and I am a catfolk. So I have land on your feet, which means I take half damage when falling, and I do not land prone.
Okay. And what was the...
And I have catfall as well at
what's
50,
catfall mastery?
50 feet. I believe.
Okay, yeah, you're totally fine.
Or Palik takes the shit out of that.
All right, Palik, you take...
Xander Torn, as a quick reaction when the ground starts to fall, wants to give it to Bleak, but casts Featherfall on Yelena.
on Yelena instead. All right. Palik, take 30 points of damage.
Done.
The rest of you, including Yelena, land on some snow, so you take slightly less damage, 20 points of damage. That's for Bali, Sildren, and Xander and Yelena, and I have Shunka in a pouch still.
Yep. Sildren will featherfall himself
Okay.
in that.
So no
Well,
damage to Sildren.
unless either something like rapid mantle, wall jump, or steady balance would no. Okay,
No, the
yeah,
whole
then
environment is just
featherfall.
crashing down.
Sure.
You all come crashing down into this lower section with a big thud. You are all loosely scattered about. You see this is a large chamber that has walls of ice structures. You don't know what their purpose was, as maybe there's only one wall remaining of this structure, one of another. This is kind of like a simulated home away from home, or a simulated exterior scene where magic is letting a little bit of light snow fall within this interior darkish space. There are lights on though here that are bluish glowing lights that you can see in certain spots. There are also patches of snow and patches of some really deep blue ice, and then some regular dark ice where you landed. There's also some trees somehow magically growing here as well, snow-covered trees in this large, wide chamber. There are a few, say 3 of the Dragonkin soldiers that have their weapons out and are looking around for targets as you guys all land around them. There are also 5 glowing blue areas of energy and magic that pulse slightly, that you know as Colium sparks you run into in several other encounters before. They're essentially arranged like a 5-sided die, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest, one in the middle, so 5, like a TIE fighter almost, if you will. But none of that matters compared to the gargantuan form of the Devourer, as she is known, or the Northern Queen, Char Ice, an ancient white dragon of tremendous looking strength and power in the northern section of this room. She watches you all fall with as big of a grin as you can imagine a dragon giving. Tremendous looking muscles. There's a whirl of icy particles that are floating around her. You can see as you all get up off the ground bluish ice building up within her throat, and just those last words are still lingering on her lips of "you will die now." And we have a huge epic fight that we will begin after our break here. So we will be back in just a little bit and see what the hell happens. We'll be right back. All right, we are back from our break. Just a quick shout out if you're interested in joining us in our conversations about the show or the adventures, how you think we're doing or how you would do things so much better than us. Come take a look at our Discord channel. You can find that on our website, gloriousbards.com, as well as our Patreon page. We love all the support we get from our patrons. It helps keep the lights going and the servers running. We absolutely appreciate that. All right. We are here within the kingdom of Jarvain in the city of Icerin, beneath the city of Icerin, in a bluish lit, icy environment where it is Char Ice's lair. This is a gargantuan ancient white dragon that has lived for many, many, many years, who is now just almost excited to have this surprise treat snack of heroes dropped down with her ice manipulation into your area. I have a battle map I am now sharing with the group and putting on the screen. If you want to see this, you can check us out again on the live show, twitch.tv/ingloriousbards. Also, you can check out the battle map on our YouTube channel too. So what we have is a wide open battlefield, probably, I'm guessing, maybe 75 or 100 feet by 100 feet. We've got a couple rocks on the outside. We have some different types of terrain. There is a darkish gray ice on the battle map. That is just normal terrain. There is a whitish snow. That is difficult terrain to walk through, so it's going to take twice as much. So Seth, keep that in mind as you move people around. Mm-hmm. And then there is a darker blue ice that is also normal terrain as well. There are 5 pulsing Colium sparks scattered all across the map. There are 3 Colium soldiers. You guys have all kind of landed in the middle of the map in a rough scattering. The dragon Char Ice is to the north side. And then also around this middle area, you guys have all spilled around a former ice structure building that's mostly collapsed. You can see there's an old stone throne. And behind that stone throne, there's the form of some robed guy, half frozen and dead, stuck in the ice there from some previous attempt, you're sure. That's what you see. And right now, we need to roll a very big initiative right now. Rating roll all.
After you,
We get an after you.
Char Ice.
And who are you? Piercy. Piercy, you're going to go last. And first up is Palik.
There's a Colium guard to the southeast. She's going to take a few steps. Why can't I?
It says pause.
Oh,
on
it's
the
paused.
screen.
It's paused. Thank you. And I'm gonna hit turkey.
Give yourself a +2, by the way. He's almost surprised you're there.
Take a bite out of this.
It's because you called him turkey.
Ooh, that's gonna be a juicy one. 46.
That's a critical hit.
Nice.
Is juicy your new catchphrase?
You guys. Sorry, this is a lot. 30. That's 64
64.
plus.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Plus 13, so 77. Plus.
Oh my God.
It's 82. No, I'm sorry. Take that last.
These those
77?
old
So,
calculators.
77, and 3 of that is fire,
Okay.
and he will also have bleeding and fire persistent damage.
Oh,
Wow.
just light him up with a brutal strike. Flames still on the creature. More blood than you should ever imagine coming out of it. The dragon can shrieks But it is not his turn to react. It
Oh, I
is
still have another attack.
Polique's.
Just getting warmed up.
Just getting one.
It's not very good. It's a 28.
28 is a miss. And that's it.
Yes.
Master Yaru, you are up, and then the lady herself, Char Ice, will go.
Very well. Master Yaru, looking around the hall, looking to the dragon, will use 2 actions and 2 focus points to rise into the air. We'll say 5 feet just to ignore the difficult terrain. And the second focus point is a gust of wind, and a little bit of the ice and snow is involved in that just by happenstance as I enter the wind stance. And then my third action, I will move towards the south, actually, towards the other 2 Colium Dragonkin. And I'll stay about 10 or 15 feet away from them.
No one wants to fight the dragon that we're here
I
for?
can't see.
They are direct due south.
No, I can't see the how many feet he's moving.
Oh.
It's just too hard to see.
No, I mean,
This is not, it's not showing
Well,
up.
it's
not there.
Guesstimate it.
it's not an issue. I can move anywhere.
Just
Okay.
guesstimate and get him there. All right, I'm
Yeah, that's
moving
fine.
with Char Ice. Char Ice.
About 10, 15 feet away from them.
Char Ice takes flight. With a big flap of her wings, she flies up. She can only fly about 60 feet up, where there's most of that ice ceiling still above, so she can't get too high up. She flies about 40 feet up and sweeps low towards several of our heroes, and then unleashes a huge gout of frost and shards
Think I
at
moved.
everyone. I want to see how many she can get here.
But she would have been on top of me if I didn't move.
And she breathes out all of this ice and goodness and hits Piercy. It looks, I can't even see. It looks like Bali and Yaru from here.
Is there a reflex saving throw?
Hold on, stand by for that, and I'll tell you in just a second. There was another thing that happens. As she does this, as my screen is going all over the place, a blizzard of snow 50 feet around her, which you should see on your map right now, is a little circle
Holy fuck
of
sticks.
snow goes around her that seems to be very, very cold to Bali and Yaru, and is quite concealing. So everyone inside has concealment. But this blast hits first. So I need a reflex saving throw from the 3 people I just mentioned.
I'm going to use 1 hero point
Hero
to
points
reroll
already.
that to...
Your target number is a 36. Reflex.
47.
Not great with a 28.
Okay. That's a critical failure.
Oh my
That was-
gosh. That's
38.
No, 38. Sorry.
Yeah.
So regular failure. And Bali?
Bali passes.
Bali passes.
No damage
Why?
because he rolled a natural 20.
He shimmies up in the snow and buries down like a gopher.
No, I see you just get blasted, and there's just a dwarven snowman behind it and shakes it all off. Is that your worst? So we have only 1 person hit for regular damage then. That's pretty good. I rolled the damage.
This battle might go 3 turns.
That is only 68 points of cold damage to you,
Okay.
as you are slammed with that. And it is Sildren's turn after that.
Piercy says, Yaru, dodge the ice.
Oh, one more thing. Because there's always one more thing, right? One more thing. With the dragon, I want to check 2 things. Nope, we're good there. And there was breath attack. Seriously, we're good there? Sorry, I thought there was something else here. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I'm good. Carry on.
Sildren will step just a little bit to the northwest. He's going to stay out of line of sight of Char Ice, but get into line of sight of the spark in the middle of the room. And he will cast Searing further back closer to the trees, please. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt before you do that. Jeremy, would you roll a 1d4 for me, please?
-4.
It's a 1.
All right, that is the breath weapon recharge time.
I mean, it's
No.
damn it.
Continue, Soldier. Sorry to interrupt.
Sildren will cast a Searing Light upon the spark, the Coleum spark,
Okay.
which does fire and positive damage.
And it's a spell attack roll?
Correct.
Roll it.
What is it? 23, 30, 34?
34 is a hit and a explosion of more blue energy and sparks, and you blast out that magical energy all together. And I need this light. There we
And
go.
Shunka is heading southwest around. Yep, the fixture's
How
there.
far can she go?
As far, thank you.
Sorry.
Um,
Every time.
40 feet. Yep.
Sildren, as you do that, Char Ice goes and is pissed off that the spark is hit. You see no effect on the other. You see no effect on the dragonkin around, but you do see it on Char Ice. You see a couple different effects, actually, when you do that are worth noting when you destroy that magical energy in the center of the room. You see Char Ice wince a little bit in pain. You see the buildup of bright blue cold within her chest. You can see beneath her chest scales fade slightly from her breath weapon. And interestingly enough, I'm going to do it here on our battle map as soon as my computer reacts. There we go. You see the blizzard around her goes away entirely.
Whoa.
There's now just some swirling stuff right around 10 feet of her as opposed to 50 feet of her.
Okay.
Nice. That's it. It is the Coleum's turn. There's one right next to Palik who just got
Does it
attacked.
take its damage right now or after its
End
turn?
of its turn.
End of its turn. Thank you. It strikes with its weapon at Palik with 2 attacks. Ooh, did I really roll that? That's a critical hit and then a 29.
Critical hits.
Critical hit is a critical hit with 54 points of piercing and cold. Wow. That's what they live for. They miss all the time because they're so low level, you guys.
Yeah.
That was great for them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing his Draconic Frenzy. He gets another attack, but this is going to be really hard to hit. No. And for his last action, he is going to move. He's going to not do that, whatever that was. He's going to move away to the east and try and get out of this, out of your space a little bit. Next up is another.
Well, hold on real quick.
Yes.
It's going to take 8 fire persistent damage. And 12 blood bleeding
Jeez,
damage.
that is a massive amount.
It's a
20 points of damage for just hanging out there.
Yeah. Tim,
Oh,
can
it's
you
your
roll,
turn.
can you roll
Plus
two
more than
20s,
that.
15s or higher for me real fast?
Don't do it.
Because of the fire.
No.
Okay, both continue to burn. That's a massive amount. The other Coleum closes in on Yaru and then does its Draconic Frenzy of triple attacks. Yaru, that is 1, 2, 3 against you. I've rolled them all. That is a miss, and a miss. The other one is also going to close in on Yaru.
What weapon are they using?
They're ice swords.
Swords.
And is going to the other side of you to get some advantage. And is going to do the it's a triple attack with Draconic Frenzy. 1, 2, 3 with +2s on all of these is a 35, 35, and 32.
You have missed each of the wins.
He is done. Next up is your healer, Bali, who is kind of caught up at the front line with this dragon.
I know. And I have to turn my back to her, too.
But the good news is you're close to a lot of people.
I am. And one dragon. Which I have to turn my back to. Bali arcs his healing in that general direction. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 people, I believe. Yaru.
Yep. Yaru, Piercy,
and
Palik,
I should be
and
Piercy doesn't need any if that matters.
You're in the way. That's the problem. You're just there. Just take it and run. So us 4 then. We'll
Yeah.
take the healing.
The healing, all right.
Healing begins. Let's see. Read this. Oh, that's a 10 too. 20, wow, 30, 47 to all of us.
Xander, you're up. Unless you had someone
I
else.
still have an action.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep going.
It's going to be me shuffling off to the side so that I am standing atop the stone. So just move me.
like right here.
Yeah, that's probably a good cover spot.
That is a wall.
And
You wanna be
can
behind
I hide
it?
behind the wall?
You can get behind it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Behind the wall.
All right, Xander.
Xander will continue what Bali's doing, raise his hands up, and from all of the ground, cast a wall of stone from Bali's point straight east to cut off Char Ice. But when the ball gets to Char Ice, it's going to turn and turn and turn and block her in a big square, in addition to the wall that's going off.
So you're doing a square?
I'm doing a square wall that extends off of the wall that Bali just hid behind.
Okay, something like this.
Yes, like that.
All right. How high does that go?
20 feet.
20 feet. You have a 20-foot annoying wall surrounding the dragon. You've seen Jurassic Park?
So that you know, because it's probably going to come up, each section of the wall has an AC of 10, 65 hit points each, and a hardness of 14.
Okay. All right.
It probably won't matter.
You know, she has wings, right?
I mean, that didn't factor in.
Have you seen
Taller
the
than
Mummy
20
where
feet?
she puts the door closed and he says they don't knock on doors or something? All right. What else, Xander?
That's it. That's all three. That takes a lot.
Okay. It is Yelena's turn, and she tries to create some produce flame and cannot, and tries again and cannot. Xander, I don't know what to do.
Believe. Deep. Breathe really deeply. Dig down and just be very careful and focus. You can do it.
Was that a level 4 spell that you cast?
Oh, that was a level 7 spell that I cast.
Okay.
Oh, right.
No, the wall of stone.
The wall. So the wall of stone's a level 5. I was able to cast it high. You know what? I wasn't. This is not a signature spell. Level 5.
Level 5.
Level 5 level spell.
All right. So we have chaotic magic that you are now infused with goes through your body. You do have a quick option with this. You can have that chaotic magic pass to a nearby spellcaster within 50 feet, or you can take the roll yourself.
Do I determine who it goes to?
No, it's got to be the nearest spellcaster within 50 feet.
Nearest spell.
Which right now is Bali.
Wouldn't that be Elena?
It's
Yelena.
Yelena.
Oh.
Oh man.
See what happens to Elena.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Is it Bali or is it Yelena?
It's
Yeah.
Elena.
Xander's gonna bleed it off to Elena.
Okay. You create the stone.
I believe in this.
Believe, and all of a sudden there's this crackle of energy that zaps around your whole little Tron trail of stone that you've created, a wall, and then it comes zapping back at you and bounces off like a lightning bolt and strikes Yelena and knocks her prone. She spends then her first action, instead of saying, Xander, I don't know what to do, she then, scrap that, she then gets up and says, Xander, what's going on? And she has tremendous cyclops eyes with beams of light blasting out of her eyes and separating huge chunks of the ice ceiling above. and puts one hand in front to cover it and burns her hand and is standing up and trying to look at you. Make a reflex save, Xander. Oh my God.
Wow, that's not a small roll. That was a character sheets over here. 4, 19, 43.
43 is a critical success. You're able to easily duck underneath that and are able to get her to focus her eyes in a spot where she can start to blink and have control over it. And then it starts to fade. And she is quivering now with some strange power. And you can see there's fire that's lighting off of her hands from multiple uncontrolled ways now.
Ooh,
But her turn is done.
that's gonna go great.
I think that was a good idea.
I wish we could see that.
Next up is our friend and yours last to go, Piercy von Skeetenlever. Where are
Sir
you?
Piercy
Nice.
is going to head directly southwest to this other what's it called?
Colium Guard.
William Spark.
Colium Spark.
What's your move? How far can you move?
I can move 45 feet per move per turn or per action.
That's
I
probably
think
like
it's going
2
to take you
moves.
all 3 actions. To
Okay.
Get
We
there.
can't see the track of the distance on it.
It's there. It's just might be white on white and really zoomed out.
White on white. Yeah, all 3. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right, you're just hightailing like crazy way southwest.
Yep.
Okay. Done. It is top of the initiative where we have Palik. Palik, you are in the middle section of the map, no one near you.
She's going to move to the west and strike at this other Colium Guard who hasn't
right.
been touched yet a couple times.
You've got some flanking going on with Yaru there.
Yep. Don't need it,
She
but
doesn't.
I don't need to insult this time, so there. Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
That's the second one.
Sorry.
Just so many dice.
Do we need to simplify dice?
No.
later?
I will. The criticals, I don't know what to do
Oh.
up there. So, 59
Okay.
points of damage. 2 of that is fire.
All right.
Is that doubled? Was that a critical?
Yeah, it was a critical. I just
Oh,
didn't
it seemed
roll.
lower than your last hit.
Well, the last hit was a critical as well.
It was?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
going.
there you go.
And then a 34.
Is a hit.
Just gonna ruin his day.
Just slashing into these guys brutally.
Uh, 43 points of damage. 6 of that being fire. And this guard will have fire and bleeding.
Both of them do.
Yeah.
All right. Help me keep track of that. Good
Will
job.
do.
Is that it for you?
Yes, I moved and attacked
All right.
twice.
Master Yaru, you're on the other side of this guy, but there's another Colium behind you, so it's like this 4-way line. You, Palik, and 2 guys
That
between
is totally fine. She is 50 feet away from me.
you. The dragon,
Yes, Char Ice. So I'm going to use 2 actions.
and there's a stone wall 20 feet high between you and her.
That's fine. I'm going to use 2 actions to do a wild wind gust attack.
Okay.
I can do this because I can make a wind crash strike against each creature in my choice of a 30-foot cone or a 60-foot line.
Nice.
There's a stone wall in there.
Doesn't
what type
say
of
anything.
attack? I'm gonna
It
give
doesn't
her-
say anything about line of sight or
Well, there is-
objects in the way, or it's like a force attack.
Yeah, she has cover essentially from this. It's you will still have a chance to hit her. She just has a bonus to her armor class.
Let's see. Very well.
I'm gonna go see what happens.
We'll do it. This is the first
This
attack.
is the guy right in front of you, the little guy.
Well, actually, I'd make a attack on every enemy in that line without multiple attack penalties.
Right, but I still think you roll for each one, or does it say make
Nope.
a single roll?
These attacks all count towards your multiple attack penalty.
They're separate rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, make a wind
Yeah,
crash
it's-
against each creature. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the little guy first.
Little one first with 20, or sorry, 11.
30 something.
It'll be, where's my, that's plus 26.
37.
37 to hit that guy.
That's a hit, and then roll for Char Ice, no modifier for penalties.
Oh, Jesus. Not good. Yeah, it's a 7.
34.
34.
34
to
is a
hit on
miss on Char Ice. Roll the damage on the soldier.
That'll be 10, 12, 14 damage. 5 of that is fire that ignores any resistance.
All right, you don't think you did a lot of damage, but that creature reels in pain from the fire for sure.
Those 2 actions. My last action will be. Well, what was giving her cover?
There's
The
a-
wall.
Xander made a wall
the
of
firewall.
stone.
Oh, I didn't think
Or
that
was it a fire?
It's a
fire
stone
wall?
wall.
Oh, it's a stone wall. I thought it was a firewall.
She's been stonewalled.
Stone wall.
Oh.
Big damn 1 inch, 20-foot. stone
Yeah.
wall.
Stone wall.
I will just attack this Colium again, I suppose.
Are you up in the air?
I'm 5 feet in the air.
Okay, you're good. Keep going.
You can get this one with flanking.
Yeah, I'll attack this one south of me. My
All right,
last
plus
attack.
2, but your third attack penalty.
Plus 2.
Good luck.
Thank you. Ooh, plus 18. 28, 30 to hit.
30 is a hit.
Nice. Nice.
And that last one adds 6 damage.
Okay.
It's 46 plus 6.
Okay.
Keep forgetting that. 4, 6, 12, 13 plus 6. We got 19 points of damage. 4 of that is fire.
Again, so much more damage than you think you did.
And
He's nearly dead.
the one north of me needs to make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, okay. He may not pass.
Of
These.
32.
He has rolled a total of a failure, 27.
Then stunned 1.
Oh, okay. We'll keep that in mind. Nice. It is Char Ice's turn. She has been dealt this stone wall. She has been blasted a bit with wind. Char Ice is going to spend 1 action to fly up and over the wall and land near the nearest hero, which is Yaru.
Yep.
And comes down into the snow, scattering snow everywhere. And actually, she's going to land on the other side. And as she does so, her claws dig in deep and strong into this dark blue ice, by the way. And she then, with her last 2 actions, does her own Draconic Frenzy and gets a triple attack out of that on poor Master Yaru. A claw comes at you. A claw comes at you, and a tail then slashes at you. It is a 47, 49, and 39.
I would like to interrupt.
Okay?
At the landing of the first attack, Yaru seems to just collapse into a heap as blood spouses from him, and he falls dead to the ground.
What's happening?
This is Drop Dead, cast at level 7, which means a body appears in your place.
Okay.
No other attacks can come from Char Ice to Yaru because technically he's invisible at this time. And because it's level 7, if you engage in further combat from here, physical violence, you still remain invisible.
Okay.
What is the name of this again?
Drop Dead at level 7.
Ooh. Just gonna double check.
But you still take the first hit and whatever
Yeah.
shenanigans
And that was
follow.
a critical.
The illusion looks and feels like a dead body. If it seems absurd, they might be able to disbelieve it. If Yaru makes hostile actions, it ends. But it now no longer ends. But this lasts up to 1 minute, but you have to sustain it every turn with 1 action. We haven't dealt a lot with that. So just keep that in mind.
Yep.
So while you are invisible, Yaru, you are undetected, which we do a little bit of a house rule. Stand by, stand by, stand by.
And I believe, since this is part of the triple, it negates the rest of the triples.
It doesn't necessarily do that. That's
I
not
just-
on you would like it to is different. I was looking up undetected. We just do this slightly differently. Undetected. We are doing a house rule of a flat 13. So this is like a super concealed. Concealed, you have to roll that 5 or higher or the attack misses. This is a 13 or higher. They can smell you, they can hear you, they can see the footprints or the disturbances, but they don't know exactly where you're at. So Char Ice is just swinging wildly and senses something is wrong, but you do get hit with that first hit.
Okay, that's a critical.
That was a critical. So let's go to that real fast. That was a critical with the claw.
Yeah.
That is 73 points.
Jeez, man.
Of slashing damage.
And just with those follow-up attacks, she would currently think he was dead, though, until he started to attack her, though, right?
She is clawing and clawing and clawing and clawing in a big draconic frenzy. So I'm going to see if she can accidentally sense where he's at or accidentally catch him. So Yaru, go ahead and roll a 13 or higher is not what you want to roll.
Okay.
No, that's not 13.
You use 0 points.
It's a 16.
Okay, you get hit with the second one and then roll a 13 or higher for the last one.
8.
Okay, the last one misses entirely.
2 criticals.
But the second critical does hit. That is another critical. 68 points of slashing damage. Huge dragon claws rake across you. How much does that leave Yara with?
What's 100 minus 73? 27 hit points left.
Different, but
Massive
27
wounds,
still works.
but you are invisible. Maybe leaving little traces of blood here or there. Char Ice, though, is done and is trying to build up more blue breath energy within her chest, looking for more prey and keeping an eye on where everyone's at. Sildren, however, you are on the far east of the group. It is your turn.
I am. There is a coaling spark somewhere to my northeast. Is that correct?
Yep, it's way up there.
Way up there. Holy shit sticks.
And all that white snow is...
Yeah, hard, difficult terrain. Okay, that might take a minute, but southeast. Okay, so Sildren, distance between that and it's not going to matter. It's fine. Sildren will cast... Oh, jeez, I hate to waste that spell. Fuck me. A 5th level Searing Light on the Coleum Spark to the southeast. I'm gonna use a hero point because I rolled a 5.
Blasting across the icy landscape.
Okay, 19 plus what 22.
Hit and destruction. You blast that Coleum Spark, and you see Char Ice react slightly painfully from that magic that she's somehow connected to, and you see the breath within her. You take her breath away.
Sweet. Shunka. So I'm saving one of my actions for Shunka because I'm not moving, and which gives him 2 actions, and he is going to attack the Coleum Guard to our southwest, who I believe is badly injured.
Gotta be just bloody as shit.
Yeah.
And is about to take a bunch more damage.
Fucking 28.
28 is a miss. Okay. What did you roll?
That's who's on tricks.
What did you roll?
A 2.
Okay, that's why. Sildren is done. It is Coleum Soldier who turns around with Shunka on his tail, spins around and strikes with his little ice spear sword, and is going to do Draconic Frenzy with 2 attacks on Shunka. 27.
Miss.
25.
Miss.
And another miss. 3 strikes and a miss. It's going to go desperate 4th strike as well, which is also a miss. Everything missed. Shunka dodges left and right.
Brr.
There is another.
Hold on, F2 takes 15 fire damage.
Jesus.
And 7 bleeding damage.
Just bleeding and huge. I cannot put out this damn fire.
And it does lose both of them.
Both of them are
after that.
finally gone. It is barely alive. Thank you for rolling that. There is another Coleum Soldier between Yaru and Palik, who only has 15 hit points left, but he does get to do his turn first. He is going to His queen is right there. I was going to have him run in terror because of this pain, but his queen is right there. He has the courage to turn and fight against Palik. So Palik, does his draconic friend. No, he's going to fight Yaru.
I'm dead.
He's going to turn and fight Palik. Good call. It swings its sword on fire with a 31,
Nope.
a natural 20, and a 21.
No, take the natural 20.
Is a 36 enough to hit you normally?
Unless I do something.
Then it's your choice. It's either a critical or a natural. He has to be able to hit you for it to be a critical. He rolled a 36.
Oh, no, sorry, I can only add 2, so it'll be a critical.
All right,
no
he
matter
does
what.
critical you. The icy spear pierces you for a huge, for him, 42 points of piercing and cold damage. Wow. And then he takes the damage.
Yeah, he sure shit does.
Is 15.
10 points of fire damage and 8 points of bleeding.
And he is dead. He burns in a shrieking heap.
his death screams as he's like, "Ah, no!"
And there's one other Colium soldier who's to the north of you guys. He is going to receive a word from Char Ice in Draconic that anyone right nearby can hear who knows the language. No one does, and then races off with a quick
Doesn't Master Yaru?
I don't.
with a quick flight to the northeast towards Bali, taking 2 of its actions, and then only gets 1 attack instead of 3 on you, Bali.
No.
The clothed dwarven priest is attacked with a 39 ice spear.
That's a standard hit.
Okay, you are hit for 28 points of piercing and cold.
28.
Speaking of Bali, it is your turn.
He had to put the guy right up on me, didn't he?
Did he take his piercing and bleeding damage? or
That was the
it-
other guy who just died.
Oh, okay.
So it's all cleared
There
up.
was 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy did that guy damage as well.
Bali.
Sustaining effect. The illusion remains.
It's 1 action.
Bali needs more actions. Bali takes Sanctuary and casts that upon himself. And that concludes his abilities.
So what is Sanctuary? We don't know what this is.
Gotta explain it to you now. What is this?
Read to us from your grimoire,
I will.
Grandpa.
You ward a creature with protective energy that deters enemy attacks. Me. Creatures attempting to attack the target must attempt a will save each time. If the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends. I'll never use a hostile action. And then it has different values according to that roll if they make that attack against me.
Okay, just let me know when that triggers.
I will.
Yaru, by the way, as invisible, everyone is flat-footed to you,
Okay.
which is also another bonus. They
Okay.
know you're there, but not exactly where are you. So it's pretty annoying for them. That is Bali's turn, casting and maintaining magic. Xander, far to the northeast.
Xander follows on Sildren's actions and will cast Fireball to the northeast across the room at the Colium sphere that's up there.
Okay.
And I think it gets a reflex save if it wants one.
No,
Okay.
that's going to be destroyed then.
Yeah, it's a 21 plus 14. That's 35 points of fire damage.
Big explosion. The Colium spark explodes in magical energy on the other side of the room. That was the northeast, I heard you say.
Correct.
And what level spell was that?
That was a level 3.
Okay, you're fine with chaos magic. The spark causes another frustrated shake of Char Ice's head. She takes some damage, and that's the only effect you see. It is Xander's one more action left.
Yeah, Xander will move towards the center. So, like on the other side of the wall from Bali there. Yeah, not that far over.
Ooh, take it easy there.
All right. It is Yelena's turn, and she says, Xander, don't leave. And she creates a light at her space for some reason. There we go. She chases after you, can barely see the head of the dragon over the 20-foot stone wall that's between you and them. And she lobs her own ball. Yeah, I think I can. And lobs a big ball of fire, but that quickly switches chaotically and splashes into water as though it were some fun water theme park, and splashes all over Char Ice, and then freezes into ice, giving Char Ice +1 armor class for the next attack against her. No, she cries as well. It's bringing up the rear is Piercy. Where are you, Piercy?
Piercy's in the southwest.
There
by
you
that
are.
Other Coolium Spark.
Gotcha.
And he's going to strike at it.
Okay.
First attack is a carry the one 46.
For is total destruction of that spark. You slice, you hit some resistance, this thing explodes. You're able to avoid any damage from it. Char Ice, though, does wince in pain from the damage that it gets as almost like feedback from it.
Okay. He turns around and says, "You take that, you dirty dragon!" And then runs
Away.
two moves, 2 actions towards Char Ice.
Okay.
So he can go 90.
Almost.
I would
get you right up there.
Yeah.
try to be more to the west. I mean, like, well,
All right.
try not
as
to
you
get hit by that cone.
As you do that, Piercy, I need you to make a willpower roll from the frightening presence of this beast.
Okay.
34.
I'm gonna use a hero point for that 5. And we're gonna do a better job this time. Nope, we're gonna get a 1.
Oh, critical failure?
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna use hero?
I
did
just
use
used
a
a
hero
hero point on a 5.
Say, take that, the dragon, and then you run right up to it and then just stop with the, oh, it's so big. You see this monstrous, ancient white dragon from an elder age standing before you, looking at you, and you are frightened 4, the highest level of
4, oh my
frightened
God.
we have ever seen.
Okay.
So you are -4 to every single thing, and you will lose 1 level every turn.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Brutal. Brute. Palik, it is your turn.
You see your dead son down here? You're next, you pinchy pendejo!
I am ancient, and I do not know that language.
I'm assuming I need to make a reflex saving throw if I walk right up to her.
If you walk right up to her, you are
Not reflex, but willpower.
10. Not quite. Hold on. Piercy, I need you to do one more thing for me. You have also entered an area of whipping little minor ice shards.
Okay.
Around the dragon. Stand by.
Was that before or after my fear?
This is before.
Okay.
There's no roll for you to make. You just flat out take 9 points of cold damage. Palik, same thing, 9 points of cold damage. You just hit by these shards. You then say your taunting line, and then you also look up, possibly quivering in fear. Willpower.
29.
29. You are also just, that confidence drains from you as you look up and up and up and up and up at this beast. You are frightened 2.
Not that it would have mattered necessarily. I did have the keen rune. It would have been a critical. It was a critical anyway on that.
Yeah. All right, Palik, you have 2 actions.
39.
39 is a miss. Why are you looking at me?
You want to get the last spark or me?
We'll swing again.
Okay.
Get it? Go for it. If you can't get it,
Yeah, it's
Gonna be
not
tough.
even that good. Okay.
Okay, you swing and swing and cannot get through. You do break off chunks of loose ice that Yelena added, though.
'Cause it would have to be
Master
a
Yaru,
7th level spell at this point.
you take 9 points of icy shard damage,
Okay.
and you need to make a willpower save since you haven't made one yet.
Okay.
And you guys only have to make that roughly once per minute, so once per battle.
Willpower.
Yes.
That's 31.
With a 31, you are frightened 2 as well.
Okay.
Everyone being terrified at this horrific creature.
Slight point of order. When she hit me with a critical, I do have a fortification rune.
Hold that thought. We have to fix the battle map.
Oh.
Which required.
I'm actually good now. Yeah.
Stand by, everybody. We are
Foundry's being terrible tonight.
fixing some technical difficulties. But from now on, I have a fortification rune, so if she hits me with a critical, I have to check that to make sure it's not critical.
Are we good?
Oh, Foundry's. We had to
Yeah.
reload it.
Battle map issue.
Okay.
So the frightened 2 is -2
To everything.
pretty
Every
much
roll,
everything.
every saving throw. I think even armor classes.
Okay.
I'll double check. Oh, you guys have those cards.
Frightened is a status penalty equal to the value on all checks and DCs.
That does include armor class.
Yeah.
Okay. For my first action, is she one of? We faced I don't know if it was a gargantuan creature, but we faced a creature once before that was large enough you don't have to be directly opposite it to be flanking. Is that in play here? We can be like kind of to the side. Or...
Yes.
Okay. Yaru is going to get
Just be on the square edge.
right. I guess kind of above Piercy a little bit to the north, so still able to flank with Palik. Yeah, just on that kind of corner there.
Pleek does not need flanking, by the way.
No, but he does.
No, but I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So that will kind of negate the frightened 2 with my flanking +2 to attack. And I will go with.
But you do need to be on an opposite side of the square.
Oh, you do. It can't just be.
You can be anywhere on the opposite side of the square. You're on a.
Oh, it can't be adjacent. That's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah. I mean, either way works.
Perfect. Okay.
I will do. That was one action. I'm still invisible as well, so I get a bonus there. I will do a 2-action
1-inch punch.
1-inch punch.
All right. All right. You get +2 because the creature is flat-footed.
Which it would be anyways because you're invisible.
That's fine. He's.
Actually, point of order. Does the invisibility at this high levels end if I make the attack?
Nope.
No.
It doesn't. Okay, that's good. So as he's making the attack, Yaru's body is still on the ground, and he just says, "You have never faced us before." And he will make a roll with a key strike, which is a.
Key strike or 1-inch punch?
I'm sorry, it was a 1-inch punch, not a
Okay.
key strike. Where the fuck is my thing? Plus 26. That's a 38 to hit.
With a 38, the dragon turns
Doesn't.
around to find the source of that sound, but doesn't see or feel anything as you miss.
Okay. It will be then a flurry of blows for my next 2 action. For my next.
You moved, and then you did 2 action.
Oh, I did. That's right.
You're good.
Never mind. Sorry.
It is Char Ice's turn. Char Ice is going to turn her head back straight and do a single attack on Palik.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna do a single attack on Palik. Here comes a big jaws attack. Comes right at you, snapping. Oh, that was almost a 20. It was not a 20, and I got a total of 53 to hit.
Oh my god.
It's critical.
Okay.
In some.
But then some.
Palik. Oops, sorry, that was regular damage. Palik, you have been bitten for a lot of for 108 points of piercing and cold damage as the dragon chomps huge sections.
Pleek's unconscious.
Oh wow.
Palik is unconscious and dying 1. With that critical hit, Draconic momentum kicks in. When the dragon scores a critical hit with a strike, it immediately recharges its breath weapon.
Oh god.
The cold
Okay.
then builds in, and she doesn't have a good angle.
Oh, to be used right away, huh?
Yeah, and because she took a gamble, just did 1 instead of draconic multiple attacks. She's gonna go ahead and do it from any edge, and then point it. I believe she can do it from any edge and point it from any edge. She's going to do it from the bottom right corner and then drag that cone, if you will, to the left, catching Palik and who is that? Piercy over there in this icy shards. And what she thinks, I'm guessing, is even Yaru, but it's your dead body instead. All right, so Palik, we're just going to take you immediately to dying level 2. And Piercy, make a
Wait.
Yes.
When Palik is knocked down from the air, from the presence that she can't tell where I am, Yaru yells out, "Palik, gather yourself!" Yaru has just done a battle cry, which allows anyone knocked unconscious to stand back up.
What is the exact ability read?
I will read it. Once per day, the Caterwall, you give a daring yowl in the face of adversity, calling your companion back from the brink of unconsciousness. Your ally isn't knocked out and remains at 1 hit point.
Wow.
Your ally's wounded condition still increases by 1, as though they had been dying and recovered.
Can we hear the yowl?
Palik, gather yourself!
I want a real yowl.
That's not a caterwall.
You know, like a
All right, so what that means is,
I said it in Amaran.
Palik, you are wounded 1 instead of dying 1.
Yep.
And the breath weapon is hitting you, but you get to make a reflex save.
You at least get to make a
And she's
roll.
on her feet, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think all
45.
Isn't knocked out. It doesn't say anything about
and
it.
isn't all reflex saves critical
critical.
successes?
Is a critical success. You take no damage. Palik.
Oh,
Yes.
Yaru!
For the
Master
rescue.
Yaru.
You have never faced us.
How long you been waiting to use that?
I told you I have skills I've been waiting to use that I know never happened.
All right, let me make my reflex.
Yeah, make yours,
save.
please.
Piercy.
36 is your target. Reflex.
With that wince, I don't.
Yeah, but I have frightened 4.
Didn't you go once? So it's frightened 3, but.
Stand by.
No, he finished his turn. It happened at the end of his turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use nimble dodge and add 2 to my reflex save,
There you go.
and I just pass,
With a pass?
which is a critical success.
That becomes incredible. Just chunks of ice and everything. Just barely dodging it like Neo, and you take no damage. That was awesome, you guys.
cool.
Huge pulling that out of
Huge
nowhere.
save.
Sildren, somewhere else in the battlefield, somehow breathes a sigh of relief for the group, and you may take your turn.
So Sildren is going to head to the southwest and stand behind the little crack between the stone walls there, right behind the throne. He's probably a few hundred feet away from Char-Ice at this point.
No, I don't think it's that
Okay.
far.
Well,
It's 100.
back a little bit more, just so.
Pointed right
I
in
just
between.
need some line of sight. There you go. You got it. And then he is going to.
He brings up his spell and starts doing a biblical quote from Saving Private Ryan Sniper.
Essentially, yes. And may the brightness of Keth shine upon you, and a burst of sunlight strikes out in a 60-foot cone behind the rest of the group, basically like landing on her tail. She has to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, all right. What is the spell called?
Sunburst. It is a 7th level spell,
Ooh, big spell.
and it is a fire-based spell as well.
Ooh. Reflex save coming. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Instead, it's a 35.
35 is a success, so she takes half damage. Let's see, 7, 10, 10, 17, 27, 27, 30, 35, 30, 41 split in half, so she takes 20 fire damage.
Yeah.
If she does happen to be undead, she would take more positive damage as
Okay.
well, but yeah, so the...
How much was it one more time? 20 then for her?
Yes.
Fire damage.
Correct.
It seems to be almost full effect on her then, I will say.
Nice.
She is just wah! And is looking around and sees
Just
no,
a little druid peeking around.
doesn't even see you from that distance.
And then Shunka attacks the Colium guard. Finally, and that's probably going to be a critical. That is going to be
the
a
first.
45.
Is a critical hit.
The
All
puppy.
right, 3d8 plus 8, so we're just going to double that. 10, 12, 12, 20, 40 points of damage.
Is a kill.
Wow.
Nice.
Yay, Shunka!
Done.
And a
Death bite!
All right.
And that would be my turn.
Good turn. That leaves one Colium soldier left.
bitch.
He is next to Bali. And there was some sort of sanctuary business. He's striking you with Draconic Frenzy. What does that mean again? I keep forgetting.
He has to make a will save right now.
Okay. His will save to try and get through your resistance. Oh, it's a huge 38.
38 is a success.
What does that mean?
And that means you can continue with this attack, but the next attack you have to make another will.
Oh, like how long?
Every time.
What?
Yeah.
A creature attempting to attack will make a will save each time. If you make how it ends, the creature attempts to attack, and a success can attempt its attacks and any other attacks against the target this turn.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's still on those consecutive
Yeah.
attacks has to re-roll though.
No, that can attempt its attack and any other attacks against the target this turn. So this turn he gets through.
Oh, so next turn though it'll still stay. You have to make that save again. So,
yeah. Failure, it wastes its action and cannot do further attacks.
Yeah.
And critical failure is glorious. So this one he does get through. Sorry to say for you. Triple attack coming your way with its ice spear. It's already hit you once. And
Nothing. Oh well.
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
make
having
your
some
rolls,
mouse lag here. There we go. One. Jeremy's phone is crazy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
didn't do it.
All right, it is 18 to hit, a natural 20 to hit,
Well, that'll make up for it.
and a 25 to hit.
Miss, crit, miss.
And then we'll strike one last time with its fourth attack with a 25 to hit. So one critical that we got. They've been missing critical. 50 points of piercing and cold to the priest.
Okay.
He's doing a lot of math. And once you're done with that math, it is your turn, Bali.
My turn is to. You guys are now far away, and I'm blocked. So there's lots of craziness there. I've got Sanctuary going on. I've got that. I need a range to one of you. 60 feet.
I think you're there.
possible.
Yeah.
If Sildren was 100 well away, you're 60 feet.
Yep.
All right. May the gods favor you, Yaru. Bleak feels a surge of healing energy burst
One hit point.
through and into her. And this is this.
Oh, I forgot something.
I have
This is 11, 20, 21, 27. 27. Oh,
So there's
perfect.
Actually,
100
Yaru, if you reach me, I can
healing.
Did you say 100?
100.
give you some- well,
What do you have?
Big, massive healing.
it probably wouldn't be very effective against her.
So what are you at now?
101.
Yeah. It was hard math.
It's the easiest. At a 0
I
and 1.
mean, how many do you still lack?
I top out at 160.
But look at the difference with what Yaru and Bali just did combined to Palit. From dying 2 with like maybe
Yeah.
still bleeding out to dying 1 and 100 hit points.
And
That's
then
huge.
she would have been
Wound-
hit
to
by
wounded
that fire. So
Because
I
I
mean,
got
by her breath
Right,
weapon.
yep.
So she would have been dying 3 immediately.
And speaking of breath weapon, I've marked it on our map. There's a big snowstorm of 50-foot radius around her that is concealing everyone within there
Okay.
and extending that icy shards out to 50 feet as well.
So that's reformed despite the attack.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Whose turn?
Xander.
Xander after Bali.
Xander.
After pointing and firing another fireball, Xander just spins 30 degrees and throws another fireball in the other corner at what I think is the last Colium sphere.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
In there, up in the
In
northeast.
the
up there.
northwest.
Northwest corner. That is also a hit and an explosion and a destruction of it.
Excuse me.
Trying to destroy it. Try to destroy it. There we go. Char Ice also just shrieks and looks around at the sparking damage. She takes some damage. And
So that
in
does it.
addition, what you're looking for also happens.
Does that snowfield go away too?
That snowfield goes away, and any growing breath in her chest is also gone. And
I am
is-
lucking out with this field of snow not affecting me at all.
on off, just flicking the switch. However, you do hear a gnomish voice go, "We're out of sparks." Xander has one more action.
Yeah, so Xander's just gonna kind of hunker down. I think he's gonna cast shield.
Okay.
Xander should move. Xander should probably move. Xander's gonna go to the east around the wall to get closer to Bali.
Circling around through the ruins.
Yeah.
All right.
Around the ruins there.
After you move, Yelena looks at you with slightly red glowing eyes and says, "Fight, Xander!" And she points her two hands at your stone wall and does an opening motion, and a tear and rip appears in a section of your wall. And she destroys it. If only I knew how to destroy sections of wall. I don't know how to erase. How the hell do you erase? Let's try this one. Delete all drawings from the scene. Sure, we'll do it like that. And she destroys a big section of the wall. I think it was something like that. And then she moves close-ish to that area. And she is completely resistant to any kind of fear that she senses. Xander, you were close enough, but you didn't see the dragon, so you're fine.
Okay.
You didn't get the full dragon experience. It is Piercy's turn.
Palik, are you suffering from fear? Fear one?
Yeah, for your frightened one.
And you lose a level at the
Did
end
you-
of your turn.
Did you already lose one? Okay.
And Piercy takes 9 points of shard damage as you're still within a 10-foot area around her.
Okay. Piercy. Oh man. Okay. Piercy, with his first action, goes over to Palik and places his hands on her using his healer gloves for his second action. And heals her. Seth, you can roll it. It's going to be 46 plus 15.
30, thank you.
And then, third action, he's going to use a finisher
Finishing move.
on.
Based off of the healing?
No.
Oh,
Because he still has panache from
Oh, that'd be
before.
some
Yeah,
cool
that'd be
thing.
interesting.
You're flanking
Um,
with Yaru.
okay. So flanking. Wish I had less frightened, but
You're down to 3 now, right?
No, at the end of his
at
turn.
the end of my turn.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a finisher. I think it's. I'm gonna roll it and then I'll decide which kind. Oh my gosh! Natural 20.
Yeah! That's how you get around that frightened.
And it's, I hate to ask this, what is that total roll, though?
47 minus 4 is 44. Plus 2 is 46. Or sorry, 43, 45.
45 total
Yeah.
is a critical hit.
Nice. Nice job.
Wow. So, and I'm gonna do a targeting finisher.
Okay.
So let me roll my damage first.
And,
Because you can eat your dessert
and
first.
next time, call out which finisher before you roll.
Okay. So it's this, and it's this, and it's this.
A lot of dice.
There's 10, 20,
See, some people haven't reduced their dice yet.
30.
It's just a little math equation.
Like we're playing Shadowrun all of a sudden.
It's 32 plus. You'll get some persistent fire later. 10 of that is fire.
Okay. So 32 plus, and 10 of that is fire.
Yeah, and then with targeting finisher. I'm going to go after. And it's Actually, it was a 46 because my +1 to dragons. Anyway, I'm gonna go after his head, and he leaves, and I will render him stupefied 2. On a critical, it's also stupefied 1 for 1 minute. So he's she.
Tries.
So target is stupefied 2.
It's Charisse.
Get it right. All my life. 1,000 years.
Somebody knew was coming by my right name.
Storms off.
It's finally been said.
Her true name.
I can die now.
Hello, Charisse.
So,
So that's
So he's-
stupefied. It would be negative to any intelligence, wisdom, charisma, will saving throws, spell attacks, spell DCs, that kind of stuff.
right, until the end of my next turn. Then after that, remaining stupefied 1.
Okay.
Nice. That'd annoy the hell out of her.
Nice. Piercy is done with his turn. Palik, it is your turn. You need to take 9 points of icy shard damage from the aura around the dragon.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Char Ice is going to go ahead and burn her reaction for the first time.
Not good.
Oh.
She's going to burn her reaction of freezing blood. An adjacent creature deals piercing or slashing damage, sprays its icy blood upon you. You automatically take, Piercy, 11 points of cold damage and are slowed 1 for next round.
Okay.
Go ahead, Palik.
Palik's gonna dance around Piercy and go to the backside. And, hey, dummy! I'm gonna dip your balls in vinegar! And I'm gonna let the rat eat them off! And I'm gonna swing the sword.
She doesn't have balls.
You don't know that. Charisse! Do you know Dragon Anatomy?
38.
38 to
dragons
strike
don't
is a
have balls.
miss.
Oh, God.
It's a common number.
Okay.
You saying? I told you I didn't have balls.
And, yeah, I rolled a 3.
You
so-
strike and miss and strike and miss. The armor, your blows glancing off this hide scale armor. You see she even has like this cool necklace almost of chains around her neck that makes her look impressive. She's got some building ice within her stomach, trying to grow, but we'll see in just a moment if that happens, really. It is Master Yaru's turn. Take 9 points of shard damage.
Okay.
Palik,
will-
you are no longer afraid.
I will acknowledge the 9 points. I will back up kind of to the west so I'm not touching that wall. I'd like to be to the west.
Sorry.
I'd like to be at least 20 feet away from her.
Okay.
And
You are
then
outside of that aura of shards.
my next 2 actions, I will pull out of my pocket an elixir of life major. And I will down that real quick.
Takes 1 action to pull it out, another to drink it.
My last action. That's 8d6 plus 21.
All right, pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and go with Char Ice right now while you heal up.
Thank you.
Char Ice is currently a flame with some greater flame. Is that right, Piercy?
Yes.
All right. She fiercely looks around at you who just delivered that blow and says, "Little mouse, you will be in my belly." And does full-on draconic frenzy of triple attacks, and we'll see if you're still alive if she needs to do a 4th attack to finish you off. Here we go.
47.
She bites. No, I'm sorry. She claws twice. 45 to hit.
Okay.
56 to hit.
Okay.
Is that a regular hit?
Both of those are critical.
Oh. And then a 37 to hit.
And that's a regular hit.
All right.
Regular.
Regular hit is, the last hit is 34, bludgeoning.
Did she get her negative for being stupefied?
Stupefied is brain related, not strength related.
You have to scare her if you want that.
The critical is 76 slashing
Stand by.
from the claws.
Okay.
And then the other critical on poor Piercy. 70.
Damn. Piercy is unconscious.
Dropped in dying 1.
But he's no longer frightened.
You're still frightened. Yep, just one a turn.
You don't lose
Frightened
that
to death.
effect?
No,
we could
I
say.
think he would lose it
More
every time.
frightening after being knocked unconscious. I would think.
And she will then spend her next action to automatically hit you and claw you into dying 2.
All right.
And she is going to continue to, because she's just about to burn now on fire, I believe. Piercy's getting damage after he's dropped, which is pretty cool. Just letting you all know, her next actions are just to continue to just swipe and swipe or do massive damage, with one caveat: upon either one of those criticals that rebuild with her draconic momentum, and she now has breath built up within her chest. Also, she can unleash. Her turn though is over.
And she takes 2 points of fire.
Don't you have a greater rune?
Yeah, you do.
Don't you have the new greater rune?
2d12.
Isn't it 2d10?
You're right. It's
2d10.
2D.
It's
yeah,
2d10.
2d10.
2d10. Okay,
Go ahead
so
and roll both. There you go.
so 10.
10. Okay.
Fire, no less.
And Seth, roll a 15 or higher for Sharais. Quickly, please.
6.
She continues to burn. Sildren, you're up.
Sildren will start moving to the west, straight towards Char Ice, and actually will.
Help you.
How far do you want to go?
He's gonna make one move and then cast.
That's not a spell.
I've looked at the book. It's not in there. Not even level 1.
I don't have any more offensive spells for you. I am going.
I got it.
Yeah, I know, but you should be focusing on Char Ice. I'm gonna cast Web upon the Colium Guard.
You go crazy.
Yeah, so I'll cast a Web.
Web on the Colium Guard.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna do. I don't like this. I'm.
Shunka +2.
Can't
Yeah.
you stab him with your giant broadsword in the on your back?
No. I'm gonna cast Blister on him instead. Fifth level spell, Blister being. Dun, 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 dun,
That's a
dun.
nasty one.
He
Yeah, it's
needs
gross.
to make some sort of save.
Puke save.
It's a
Fortitude
humiliation
saving throw.
save.
Is this the thing where he ruptures and he gets adjacent to
Yeah, he gets
people,
one.
though?
Acid.
But it's
damage.
directional. It's directional.
He has control. Sildren has control. That's a
I sure
24
do.
save.
24 is not going to do him very good at all. So that is
Searing blisters with caustic fluid.
success.
Is what the
Yeah,
spell
the
is.
target grows one blister. You can spend a single action, which has a concentrate trait, to pop a blister.
I can't reach it.
Rubbing up against the wall.
And unfortunately, I don't have any more actions to pop that lovely blister at the moment. But Shunka is going to be rounding the corner as well. Yep. And heading towards the Colium Guard.
All right, that's it.
Char Ice does need to take 10 more piercing that I forgot to add from my hit earlier.
Okay,
Yeah, for me, too.
done. Sildren is done. It is the Colium soldier's turn, wincing in pain with these blister growing off of his shoulder or something like that.
You have a problem there. I'd help you, but we're on the opposite team. You know how it is.
He strikes out for my queen and strikes out at you, Bali, with a 32 to hit.
No, because he needs to make a willpower saving throw.
Oh, the sanctuary for a new turn. Willpower. See if sanctuary is of value. 27.
That is a failure.
And-
And he can't attack me this turn or the rest of the turn.
All
either.
right. I did call out Draconic Frenzy, so he wastes his second action. For his third action, he is going to turn around and leave you alone in frustration and charge at Sildren, but has no actions to attack you. Sildren.
Now for my queen.
It is Bali's turn.
All right.
do that yet. I have to do that. Oh, Yaru, I can't help you. I have to
Don't worry
burn
about it.
this to.
I'm good. Ish.
Piercy.
Yeah, Piercy's in a lot
Yeah,
of trouble.
get
You're
him.
in a lot of trouble. Piercy, Bali focuses and has to reach out and push even further to get to heal you, but he can do so, and is going to heal you.
70 feet away.
70 feet?
Are you sustaining your spell?
I have to sacrifice that to
No worries.
do that. However, he just informed me it's 70 feet.
Yep.
That means I cannot get to you.
You can move,
I have
can't
to.
you?
If I move, then he's still out of range because I need to reach to cast the spell.
What's the spell range you want to cast?
It's 30 multiplied by 2 to 60.
And how far do you move?
Slow.
It won't matter because reach takes one action.
I'm just wondering how far do you move? 20, 25?
25.
Okay. You don't have the speed boots or anything? All right.
Because
Don't let me worry.
no. If you move twice, that's 50 feet. That gives you one more action to do the heal. You're a lot closer to the dragon, but you can get the heal off.
2 actions.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah,
two actions.
It's a 2-action
Yeah.
heal.
Now, if he had
So
quick
your
damage-
spells are like my spells then. That's
Right.
what you're telling me. Like, all spells are 2 actions. Okay, all right. I'm caught up.
Most
right.
guys don't want quicken, but in this case,
So what are you gonna do, Bali?
Molly has to heal. Molly has to heal someone.
Not,
Not
not Piercy, if you're gonna heal someone else.
Can you heal yourself?
Stop
I
healing
can
yourself.
move.
Stop healing.
I can move forward, so I will move forward the necessary 10 feet. And this will be. I need to be able to get Yaru as well in a cone of healing. So whatever distance I have to move, you have
What's your
25
cone?
feet to play with.
What is your cone size?
Cone is 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
Good going.
I'm probably gonna be right there.
Oh, wow.
No.
Well, no, but the cone will move with him.
Yeah,
Yep, there you
with
go.
me. There we go,
Get
that's
all three of them.
With my charisma subtraction, I remove Char Ice from the intended list of recipients.
So you're doing a weird cone healing thing?
Yeah, I got to do a weird cone.
All this
healing
thing that you couldn't heal, and now you can do this awesome massive heal?
I can do well to do the 60 feet, and that's because you said I was outside, so action-wise, it just didn't work out.
Okay,
So-
you're good?
Yep,
All
I'm
right.
good. Here we go.
Big
Rolling.
heal coming out.
Boom, 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 boom. What is this? That is 18. That is to everyone 35.
Wow.
Thank you.
35. That's Yaru, Piercy, and Palik, and myself, for that matter.
Okay.
That is
Xander.
it.
Big heal.
Oh man. You said that Char Ice's breath weapon was charging up? We could see that?
Charged up.
Yes.
I could see that, right? Because Xander is a little torn at the
I'm fine.
dragonkin in
Get the
front of
dragon.
you. Okay.
Go for Char Ice. I'm fine with the dragonkin.
Xander is going to do a repeat action. He's going to rub both of his hands together, reach down, pull up, and lift an entire wall of stone from Char Ice, blocking off from where Shunka is at the edge of the ruins, going right in front of Shunka, then around Char Ice again, and then literally in between Piercy's dropped body and Palik, gonna cut that line inside and put Char Ice inside of another box of
Blocking your-
20-foot stone.
Like that?
Yep.
Xander!
By the way, Yaru has popped into existence.
Well,
All right.
it helps Piercy from being shredded.
I guess.
maybe,
Well,
hopefully,
Yeah.
ideally.
All right.
for one
Stone
round.
rises up again. That's all your actions.
Is everything that I got?
Yelena.
That was a 5th level spell.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do chaotic infusion to a nearby spellcaster, or
That would be Bob. That would be me.
No, I'm sorry, Xander's going to take this one on himself. Knowing it's what happened to Yelena the last time, he's not going to cast that on.
Oh, I think Sildren would like that.
All right, so you cast your spell. It chaotically backfires, and you see there's this little cloud that goes over Xander of sparkles, and the sparkles all fade away, and he looks like some sort of fancy courtesan in a dress, as the caster is dressed like a high-class burlesque performer.
And that's permanent.
You really want Bleak to see this.
That's why he did the wall, so he
I know.
Don't look at me! Look away! This is gonna get weird.
I'm not a monster.
It's not the right fit.
Don't judge me. All right, that is what happens. It is Yelena's turn. She is going to try an elemental toss, and as she throws it at a bit of a head of the dragon sticking up over the 20-foot wall, as soon as she throws it, it immediately detonates like a grenade and blasts 10 force damage to every single person in this room. Everyone takes 10 points of damage. That includes unresistible. That includes the Coleum soldier and Char Ice.
Sup, Yelena?
Yelena says, Xander, I don't know. I need help.
Fucking stone walls and getting blasted. What are you doing, Xander?
We're trying.
Piercy, it is your turn.
It is. Piercy's gonna use Kip Up for free,
Yeah.
and then he's going
How much health do you have?
25.
Okay.
And he has here it is. He has an elixir of life major. So he's gonna quaff that down. That's 8d6 plus 21, I believe.
All right, action to pull out, action to drink.
Okay. 6, 8, 10, 15, 19 plus 20 was 40. Okay,
All right, 40.
not too bad.
Plus 21.
No, that's with
Okay,
plus
all right.
21.
So add the 40, remove the potion, and what's your last action?
My last action is to let's try what the Xana. Wants to start,
it was helping.
he wants to start climbing the wall.
All right, we can say you can easily start to scale that wall, and you are atop it, balancing on the edge. That is Piercy. We are at the start of a new round. It is Pleek. Take 9 points of shard damage. You also need to do that as well, Piercy. Actually, you guys don't. We're going to say the wall protects you.
Okay.
There's a lot of blink, blink, blink,
Yeah.
blink, blink.
It's 20-foot stone wall, huh? I don't think Pleek's gonna have the climbing abilities that Piercy does. How many actions will it take her to get atop and get to the top of that wall?
Just might take 1, might take 2, might take 3.
What do I have?
Athletics roll.
30.
You're good.
Okay.
On top of the wall, 1 action.
On top of the wall, then I'll strike.
Eye to eye with the dragon for the first time.
She like peeks over.
Hey, lady! Go shit off a pier!
Are you taunting her?
Yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna use a hero point. I rolled a 5. 38.
38 is a miss. All your actions are done. It is Master Yaru's turn. Don't forget to lose any frightened guys.
I will remain where I am in that position, but I'm going to fly up about 30 feet so that I'm still the same distance away from her, but I can actually see down into the core of the wall so I can start attacking her.
Okay.
And I will do a 1-inch that was 1 action, so I'll do a flurry of blows here with my second action.
action. First attack. Ooh, 13 and 26 is what 40 or 39, correct?
39 is a miss. And can you move Yaru closer? I don't know how he's hitting from that far away.
I have. Oh wait, that would have been 2 actions to hit then. Yeah, it would be a wind gust
Okay.
with 2 actions. So yeah, that's a miss.
Is that it?
Yep, I guess so.
Okay. Yaru,
rolled.
Yaru is done. It is Char Ice's turn. Char Ice completely surrounded with 2 heroes at eye level. Is going to whoosh up, straight up out of that, sweep over as I'm drawing random craps.
Before that happens,
Yes.
I picked up some mechanical things last adventure, and I'm gonna get an attack of opportunity
Oh, okay.
for all the fucking good this is gonna do, but we'll see.
All right.
You can do it. Like I can't.
That's a miss.
Yes.
That is a miss. Wrong tool. All right. Char Ice flies up. You lose one of those things. Flies towards the ruins and smashes down one of the pillars and lands between Shunka and Sildren, smashing into those ruins.
I was hoping you'd come my way.
And Char Ice is going to, with 2 remaining actions, going to do a Draconic Frenzy upon you, Mr. Druid. Wrong attack. There we go. Strikes at you with a 52 to hit,
That'll crit.
a 42 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's a critical and then
Nope.
a hit,
Yep.
and then a 43 to hit.
Also hit.
All right, you have been hit for 71 points of damage,
Okay.
34 points of damage. Oh, wrong one.
70 what?
71,
71,
34,
34,
And 25.
25.
130.
130. I still have 37 hit points
Jeez,
left.
just
Wow.
torn apart. Sildren and Shunka's not happy at all about this whatsoever.
What I was hoping for.
Char Ice is done. And Sildren, it is your turn. You need to make a Dragon Frightful Presence roll.
Sure. Willpower, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I'm going to use a hero point because I rolled a 2.
Good choice for that.
And instead, it's going to be a 45, and any success is a critical
success. No fear whatsoever.
Nice.
Nice.
That's great. Oh, also you take 9 points of shard damage.
I hate
Yeah.
any shards. Okay, so several things are going to happen. First one is there is going to be a bursting blister, which will burst off of the Colium Guard and also hit Char Ice.
Oh.
It is acid damage. I think they get some sort of saving throw. Let me double check that. What level is that? Blista. Where are you, Blista? Fortitude saving throw. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, basic fortitude save for resistance there. 3, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. For 18 points of damage.
With a fortitude save roll?
Yeah.
That is 45 fortitude.
Okay, so that would half that. So 9.
9 points of what damage?
Acid.
Okay.
And the Colium Guard as well.
Colium Guard. We'll just say that hits him. Go ahead.
And
Big, evil, pussy, acidic thing bursts out.
yeah. Sildren begins to turn green
Takes 1
and
point of
grow
fire.
and grow and grow. Instead of turning into a dragon, though, like not tentacles, but plant-like vestiges come out and vines, yes, and he turns into a very large Venus flytrap, as it were. Eye sitting on top of it, and he's casting plant form at 6th level, so he is his size now becomes huge.
Huge.
Huge, not large, but huge. I gain some temporary hit points, which I'll look up in a second. And Shunka jumps on Char Ice's back.
Unfortunately, there's a wall between Shuka and that fucker.
There is.
Shunka can leap that wall.
Okay. You say so.
So you can try to climb, scamper up.
Yeah,
It's-
okay.
So that would be athletics roll.
All right. It's going to be a 29.
Shunka is able to get over.
Okay. And get an attack in.
Sure.
That's 30 with flanking.
Not enough.
Yeah, going to be about a 35.
How does your token look right now? A little bigger?
Yeah,
All right,
a little
cool.
bigger.
All right, you're this giant Venus flytrap. That looks pretty sweet. Sildren's turn is done as the Colium soldier. Char Ice calls out in Draconic that you can hear Xander. Flank this freaking plant. I don't know how to describe it. She just doesn't know how to describe it
Never
either.
even seen one.
The Colium then goes to the other side of you between you and this pillar and then does his Draconic Frenzy on you with flanking Sildren. That is a triple attack. Draconic Frenzy is just so brutal. 26,
Nope.
25,
Nope.
and 31.
Nope.
Okay, misses all of his attacks, but possibly sets Char Ice up with flanking.
How's it get juicy with
It is Bali's turn. Bali, you've already done the Frightful Presence, right? You're good.
I am solid, yes.
And everyone has except Xander, according to my math.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Yelena.
And Yelena. No, she's good.
Yeah, she
Oh.
did too.
She got a
No
critical
frick.
or something.
Xander. No, Bali. I'm sorry, Bali.
Bonnie's taking a look here.
You got 5 seconds, Bali.
Goal is goal.
4,
right?
3,
And we're casting to
2,
everyone within 30 feet.
1. What are you doing?
This is the resist energy to try and get that nasty ongoing effect to diminish to 0.
I don't think any of us are within 30 feet of you.
Shunka.
None of
and
you are
Yelena.
within
Yelena.
Oh, yeah. Shunka and Yelena. No,
Maybe Silver.
actionable. Yeah, no, just those two.
Does
That's
it have to
30
be
foot.
centered on Bali?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's 30 foot. Yeah, it would be centered on
What does the spell read?
Spell reads range touch, but touch becomes 30 feet at that point.
Oh, I'm sorry, why?
With reach.
Because you're reaching.
Reach. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and then if it's a 30-foot cone, you can, or 30-foot circle, you can
Can you put
target
it?
that.
I can't.
No.
No, you have to be
30
in
foot
that
of the
range
touch,
because
yeah.
it's based
Reaching
off of touch.
from him.
It's a weird concept. It's not a burst. It's a really weird. I don't know how that works. Let's just say it is a burst out of you for 30 feet for tonight purposes. Still, you're not within range. What do you want to do?
It will instead be Zealous Conviction then. And this will be, again, with the ability of reach to 60 feet. That should tag everyone, or just about. I'll let you figure it out. You bypass the rational minds, instilling with unshakable conviction and zeal. Targets gain 12 hit points and +2 status to will saves versus mental effects. As their faith overrides their signals from their own bodies and minds. If you tell a target to do something, it must comply. Therefore, it would, if it decides not to comply, it can roll against the willpower to deny it.
So we get 12 hit points.
You all get 12 hit points, +2 to will saves. And I instill in you.
Yes.
Yep.
What is the role for them to be compelled?
It's not like that. So you gain 12 temporary hit points and a bonus to will saves against mental effects. It's 10 willing creatures, and then he can command the willing creatures to do things if he needs to. He would tell like his flock, you must do this. It's not mind control in that way. That lasts 10 minutes though. And that spell is then gone. So it's not an aura of any kind. Everyone within there now has that 12 hit points and a permanent +2 to will saves versus mental effects.
Wow.
It's pretty sweet.
That's pretty great.
So I'm going to remove that. If you're good, everyone's
Yeah.
got that aura. That is everybody, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice job, I like it.
What?
All right, Bali is done, I believe.
Yes.
Xander.
Xander reaches out.
No, you need to make a frightful presence roll.
I don't want to.
You do get +2 to willpower, though.
Oh,
This is well timed.
Yeah, that was a good time on that one. I'm feeling better about
And if you get closer, I can do more, but
Well, that's not too bad. 14 plus 23,
37.
37?
37 is a success. You are frightened 1.
Okay.
A lot better than frightened 4.
A whole lot better than Frightened 4.
What is your frightened at, Piercy?
It's down to
One.
The low 20s.
I have one more level.
Xander, what you got?
Xander's going to cast Chain Lightning, starting with the Colian Guard that's right in front of him, and then bouncing it over Slytherin's head to Char Ice. It is a basic reflex save. For each of them, they have a DC 21.
21.
31.
No, it can't be 21. Oh,
31.
Soldier fails.
Great.
Char Ice gets a 51.
That's a critical. So it'll end there. So Charis is going to take no damage, but the Colium is going to take 54 points of electrical damage.
All right. And Sildren, the fly trap, ducks fly trappily as lightning is blasting away. The Colium soldier is still just around half life. So is Char Ice, by the way, everybody. Xander, you got anything else?
Yes, Elemental Toss. With, lightning in one hand, reaches up, fire behind it, throwing it right at Char Ice again for this one. And it's going to be an attack. Elemental Toss is a focus point. The last one was a level 6 spell, by the way.
Oh.
That attack is... I roll attack so little. 17 plus... my DC attack, 21. 38. Oh. Dang, it's a good roll, too.
Not nothing.
Not nothing. But 38.
30 is a
for
miss.
Char Ice. Okay.
And the previous spell was the chaotic magic spell.
Right.
Right.
The chain lightning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to pass on that chaos to the closest caster, which is the Venus flytrap, or keep it to yourself?
I will pass it on to the giant Venus flytrap, which is the first time I've ever seen this. That's a very freaky thing. You could be a dragon, and you're a big plant.
Maybe Seymour.
All right.
now you keeping the options in mind for later when we do the wrap up, and I just want to know what you passed up.
Freakishly, you all hear, oddly enough for Sildren, the howl of wolves off in the distance, and from the darkness to the north, a pack of 3 wolves are racing towards the Venus flytrap to devour it.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. But
You have
wolves are
wolf
carnivores.
influence of some kind.
And I'm gonna make a
Wow.
single Shunka-looking token to the north that will represent the pack of wolves that are racing their way there. Will be there in the next round, howling and heading straight towards you. Yelena comes running around and into this structure of chaos and running towards you, Xander, going, "Help, Xander, Xander!" And she has orange flames that are all over her, that are not burning her, but that are all over her, and she doesn't know quite what to do. And then she says, "Help, Xander!" with a much stronger voice. And then she casts a spell with her last action. Yeah, she's gonna cast a spell with her last action. A 32 to attack you, Xander, with an elemental toss accidental.
Oh, shoot. I believe that hits. I'm going to confirm that real quick. Character sheet. That does hit.
Okay.
No, 32 is my AC. Yep.
All
that
right,
hits.
23 points of fire damage on you.
Ow!
Xander! She says it is Piercy's turn.
Piercy is going to use all 3 actions to...
Oh, and well, I'm sorry to keep interrupting. Sildren and Shunka need to take 9 points of shard damage if you didn't already.
Piercy's going to use all 3 actions to run over to the east, swashbuckle over this wall, and tumble.
You're on the wall. You're on top of the wall.
Oh, I'm on top of it. All right, he's going to run along the wall
Okay.
and tumble behind Char Ice.
You're gonna run all that way and try and tumble behind.
Yeah.
This is a quick dragon. Good luck.
That is, that's a 46.
Yes, is that it?
Actually, if that elixir I took gives me a +3. No, that's the saves though. This is not a save.
Yep.
So 46.
46, 45 with your fear?
45 with my fear.
All right, as you tumble underneath Char Ice puts a big claw to block your path, and you roll past before the claw, and you're on the other side.
Nice.
You regain your panache ability.
Ha ha ha!
You also take 9 points of shard damage.
I think that was all 3 actions.
Oh, I
probably.
think so as well. Palik, you were on this wall far to the west.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No, you must spend the first free action to curse Xander again.
I'm going to for sure. Walls, stupid walls! Of all times, not to throw fireballs. Xander. And I'm gonna assume it's gonna take her all 3 actions to run along the wall and get to Char Ice.
Okay, I
Unless
agree.
you tell me different.
That's a
No,
cool
you're
visual,
fine,
though.
but you're on top of the wall.
Yeah, I have steady balance, so I'm just like
Perfect. And then take 9 points of shard damage. Master Yaru.
I will fly next to Bali. And
Push
I...
me! Push me along!
I will use... Trying to decide... I'm gonna save my key strike, or my key point, just in case. I am kind of maintaining my height, and I will do with 2 actions a 1-inch punch against the beast. Jesus, I'm gonna use a hero point.
And how are you doing 1 inch from that far away?
I keep saying 1 inch. It's a wind gust
Wind-
attack. They're
okay.
both 2 actions. I'm sorry.
That was a miss, you said?
Yes, that was a complete.
All right, Yaru trying.
I'm
point.
re-rolling.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm hero pointing
Didn't
it.
hear it.
Sorry. Re-rolling that with 12 and 26. That'll be a 38 to hit.
38
God,
is a miss.
bitch.
38's been the number.
I cannot.
Yaru
Fucking hit
trying
her.
and trying. It is Char Ice's turn. With the critical strike and draconic momentum, on Sildren, a huge amount of ice wells up, and Char Ice rears up and belches a ton of ice with its breath weapon across everyone in the northeast section of this chamber. That includes...
Does stupefied affect that at all?
No.
Okay.
That includes Piercy, its own draconic friend. It includes Sildren, Yelena, Xander, and wipes out those wolves.
I was hoping Shunka would assert dominance and take over the wolf pack.
I like it. I do like it. Everyone
Reflex
needs
save?
to make a saving throw reflex.
Good luck,
Target is
everybody.
36.
36.
That's not bad at all.
It's a lot of dice.
Okay.
36.
Really?
Yeah. 24 and 12.
40.
Okay. Pass. Anyone else? Yelena, roll for Yelena, Xander, would you?
Yep.
Just an overall roll, please.
Oh, that was a 4.
Okay. Boom. And the Colium Soldier.
Can I spend a hero point for Yelena?
You cannot. She didn't roll a natural 1. That's how we do that. The Colium Soldier is wiped out. They are all gone. The wolves are wiped out. All of you who passed, except for Pierce, you take critical, right? Those of you who passed take half damage, 35 cold damage. Chris is looking alarmed.
I have 8 hit points left.
Even with your temporary.
That was
Should
his
be-
temporary.
you
That's
could've
what he's
said
doing.
no.
Tons of coldness blasts across the entire
He
group. And when that happens,
Oh, no, no.
when that happens, I need. Let's have Alistair roll a d4 for the breath weapon recharge for me, please.
Okay.
Roll a 4.
3.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good. Yes. In addition, that 50-foot blizzard goes around, extending the shards and creating concealment. I won't add it since it incorporates everyone in the battle. Around Char Ice. Char Ice then goes ahead and does one nasty bite with her last action on the crazed plant. No. Who did nasty damage? I think it was Palik earlier.
It was Piercy.
It was Piercy?
Yeah.
Then it's going to go ahead and chomp on Piercy, the last to arrive. Good luck, Piercy.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I've been in the party.
Here comes a massive jaws right at you. Oh, it was almost a natural 20. Is it 45?
That is 10 over my AC.
Is a critical anyways.
Dang it.
Piercy, you are hit for... Oops, sorry. 104 points of piercing damage.
Piercy is at dying 2. No, 3? He was at wounded 1, so he's dying 2.
Dying 2.
And unconscious and down.
Char Ice's turn is over. Yeah, is over. With the critical hit, that 3 rolled becomes a 1. Draconic momentum. The breath weapon is recharged.
Oh my gosh.
Char Ice takes 8 points of fire damage.
Does she get rid of it?
No.
Natural
In
one.
fact, she got a natural 1 on that roll.
Keeps it forever.
All right. It
Always
is
there.
Sildren's turn. Take 9 points of shards.
I'm down.
No!
And so does Shunka.
Yeah, I mean, Shunka is ineffective without me. So.
Yeah. I'm moving your initiative to above Char Ice. Bali. Take 9 points of shard damage.
I'm in that stupid ring.
Yep.
Great.
It's extended out, so yes.
Yeah. I need to be thrown into the middle so
that
that I can
damage
do
gets
some
extended out too?
stuff. I will take 9, however.
I got nothing to throw at her.
Show me my 30-foot bubble.
You want me to do that, Seth? You got it?
Oh, go ahead.
I got it.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. This is a 60-foot cone, and I will hit everyone. I don't think I could hit everyone with a 30-foot bubble.
People are dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yelena calls out, Xander, what do we do?
Some fire, maybe?
Show me a 60-foot cone.
If you, yeah, don't worry about me. I'm good.
What are you doing?
I'm doing my cone.
Oh.
heal. I'm just trying to verify
Trying
the
to
range.
place the cone.
Oh, a cone. I'm sorry.
Get everybody.
Cool. Except for Yaris.
No, yeah, that's totally fine.
It looks like you get a little.
Doesn't matter. I'm excluding it.
Just the tip.
If you move,
Rotate the cone. Yeah.
19, 23, 23, 40 points to everyone except for Yaris.
Say
Well,
40, 40?
4-0.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
So
that
you're back
is-
on your feet?
Yep. Am I
that
still
is
in plant form?
Shunka.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Shunka, Yelena. I get everyone.
Yes. How much?
40. 40.
Yelena, by the way, was dying 1, and now she is back on, not on her feet, but she's conscious.
She's still on fire.
She is on in weird orange flames that do not hurt her.
the burning bush.
2, and that is.
Does
That is
Piercy
you as
still
well,
have
yeah.
panache?
If you get dropped,
back
no.
up.
You're full. 40. And Shunka's.
Essentially, all the good stuff I'm having you guys goes away, all the bad stuff stays.
That is a boom, full cone, and that, and that, and that, and Bali will also move. It's the benefit of the 2-action cone, friends. Move me more to the middle there. Try to center me. It's going to put me close to
Char Ice, but that'll be fine. And then, yeah, that should be fair enough for a 30-point bubble if I need it.
Okay.
All right.
That is Bali. Xander.
Xander rushes to Yelena
Okay.
and picks her up, confirming she's okay. And this is what's happening in my mind. Xander wants to really focus on her, like eye contact, and like, this is that time. Remember the decisions we talked about when we did the fireball not too long ago. Remember to dig deep, be strong, and trust yourself. Your instincts are better than anything you see. Whatever goes, goes. But commit to it and remember, you are a sorceress. And he wants to support her. So whether that's aiding with a skill, or if there is a like a booster spell that I can help kind of charge her with, that's what he wants to do. It could be anything from rolling fiery body, but I wanted to check with you on what that looks like.
Make a diplomacy roll +4.
Okay, that is diplomacy is right here. This way, 40.
With a 40, you see a flicker in her eyes. They glow a little more red, and she rises up and has a slightly scary look to her eyes. And she says with confidence, "Get back." And she pushes you back and forces you back 15 feet and slams you against the ice wall behind you. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. She then turns around and points at the sky. You guys have seen this once before. Run! And you hear a whistling sound from high above, and then a tremendous crash as the stone in the ceiling above is smashed, and a flaming meteor then smashes through the ice above that, and then comes crashing right down on Char Ice. Char Ice tries to squirm out of the way, but is hit and takes a little bit of damage, but huge chunks of scales go flying off of Char Ice. Char Ice looks around and looks at Yelena when a second one also hits Char Ice from above. The gypsy premonition has come true, with Yelena bringing a massive amount of deconstruction to Char Ice. Char Ice has been minorly damaged by this. Her power, her innate cold has dropped. She has just dropped 2 levels of creature in total, affecting all armor classes, saving throws, attacks, and damages. And Char Ice is squirming and gasping and feeling weak, and just like a panicked, like little weaselly creature in pain, looking for a way out, trying to deal with this. And Char Ice is about a third of her hit points remaining, and much, much weaker. And I need Piercy, Sildren, and Palik and Shunka to make reflex saves of 32s.
Natural 20.
Sildren failed. Shunka passes.
Okay.
Critical success.
Critical success. Sildren, you're the only one. Take 20 points of fire damage from the impact.
20 hit points left.
Okay. Boom! These huge meteors smash down, and Yelena is building up even more power. And she also turns back and looks at you again, Xander, but not with a smile and not with a look of help, but with kind of this look of disgust at you again, Xander. It is Piercy's turn.
She's so contemptuous.
She is.
All right, Piercy is going to take this opportunity to strike at Char Ice. First one is a miss. Second one is a 38.
38 to strike.
Actually, do I have flanking?
Yes.
Yes.
40.
You do not have flanking. You don't have anyone on the other side.
Malik?
It has to be the other side of the square. You have to draw a straight line and pierce 2 opposite sides of
What if it's a diamond?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're diagonal.
No. So draw a line from Piercy to you. Does it cross two sides of the square on opposite sides of that square? No, it does not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said 38's a miss,
Yes.
and then the last one is a miss.
Okay. Swing.
38's been a miss all freaking night.
But I was wondering with the weakening that Yelena did, if it would
Yeah.
also bring down the AC.
It did.
Not down to
It
38.
did, but apparently not enough.
It is Palik's turn, standing atop the
So
wall.
39 a miss?
Did you roll 39?
I have +1 to
Against
dragons.
Oh, yes.
That is a hit.
Sir Piercy.
That's what he carves into the belly.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's like a lock.
All right. There's 14 points of damage. One of them is fire.
Okay. You do almost twice your damage with that flame,
Wow.
which is great. So what was it one more time? 13?
13 plus 1 fire.
Okay. Also, didn't Char Ice take some burning, or is that gone still?
Yeah.
Roll it and then roll to get rid of it.
5.
Isn't it 2d10?
Yes.
Every time, man.
Every time.
Oh
You
my
have a
gosh,
greater run.
I've been shorting her. +8, so 13.
13. That's really
Ah,
damaging.
she got
But got rid of it. All right, so you did hit the one time. She will trigger her one reaction of freezing blood. You take 5 points of cold damage. You are also slowed 1 next round. I don't know if we ever did slowed 1 from the last time, but you are slowed 1 this round. Oh, also roll a 5 or higher, Piercy.
With a 20?
Yep. Flat 5.
A 5.
Okay, you get through the blizzard to make that hit. She has concealment.
Okay.
Master Yaru.
Even after Yelena's attack?
Yeah, I like that. It's gone. That's pretty cool. That's a big attack.
Yeah.
All right, Yaru.
What about Palik?
Palik!
Like, I want to see what she does.
Yep.
Palik's gonna
Before I
dance
do
around.
anything.
Dance around. She's gonna look. She's gonna spend an action to look at Yelena.
Okay.
You be fucking nice to Xander, but also, good job. Well done. Now you
So confusing.
big. They call you the Queen of Ice. I think you're the Queen of Shit. And a 42.
Is a hit.
Yeah, baby.
$39 points of damage, 4 of that being fire. And she will have persistent bleed damage.
Char Ice is critically low in health right
I got
now.
one more. One
Bleeding
more
and
attack.
on bleeding right now.
39.
39 is a hit, but I need you to roll a 5 for that first hit. Flat 5 or high. No, it's gone. The
No,
blizzard's
no,
gone.
it's
That's
gone.
a defensive shield. Dang it. Ah, that's so good.
33 points of damage, 2 of that being fire, and she's going to take 2d6 extra, so 6 more on top of that.
Char Ice is still alive. Sildren, it's your turn.
No, it's not.
It's Master Yaru's turn. Damn it.
Do it.
In head.
Take it down!
As I told you before, you have never faced us.
This will be first action. Yaru will move in above her head.
Okay.
This will be a key strike, flurry of blows.
The buildup is palpable.
With, I gotta ask you a question about this real quick. The key strike, it says heighten +4. The extra damage increases by 1d6. It doesn't say anything about the status bonus.
Then that
It
doesn't change.
Okay. Perfectly fine. We will attack with a +27 to hit.
Be a plus 29, actually.
Be a +29 to hit.
I'll put you on flanking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that, but you ran across the wall. That was perfect. I like that a lot.
20, So I basically need a 10 to hit. Miss. The first one,
What did you roll?
I rolled a 5 on that, so I got.
Okay.
I need a 10 more.
This is a flurry.
Consider using a hero point if you have
I don't
one.
have any.
No.
Plus
sad.
25 for this next hit. Ooh, 17, 25. 42.
Is a hit.
This is 8d6 plus 6. Can I have 1d6, please?
He doesn't have enough dice.
I don't.
And it's all fire.
You can keep that.
It is not all fire. It is force damage
Okay.
with some fire. Okay, 5, 6, 12, 18.
31.
31 points of damage. Only one of those is fire.
All right. She's all yours, Yaru.
Ah,
Oh my god.
Master Yaru is above the giantess, Charice.
Gargantuan.
Charisse, as she is known in our circles. The first punch cracks all of the ice that's like hanging off of her, all of her cold, shales off of her body, as it were. It breaks apart, so there's no armor left. He comes down one final time, and he almost goes through her skull. His fist crunches into her brain, and he scoops out a little bit of like horny, icy, bloody carnage. It is done. It is over.
It is then that Yaru even realizes you guys alone have done what long ago even Scourgeonar the hero could not really do. Finally finish off this dragon.
Don't think we aren't going to use that against them.
Right in the speech right now.
All this time, and this is the power that I have that you've kept from me?
oh no.
Yelena launches a
Children.
fireball at Xander. A mini fireball. Make a reflex save, please.
Oh my god.
How dare you?
36.
36 is a fail at her level.
Oh god.
Sorry, 38.
Is a success.
Oh! Sorry,
You
I had an
take-
extra plus 2 in there.
Half damage. You take 30 points of fire damage as this small eruption of fires you're pinned against this wall, and then she does an elemental toss against your armor class, and that is 37 to hit.
Hits.
All right, and throws that again. You treat me like some sort of child when I am this powerful? She says commandingly, slightly rising off the ground, kind of like Yaru does. 41 points of fire damage. You said miss?
It was a hit.
Hit
No,
41
yeah.
points of
Oh,
fire
toss.
damage. Blasting Xander again and again. Sildren, you wanted to do something?
I did. I wanted to cast Dispel Magic on her.
Okay.
Whatever's making her be a total bitch, I guess.
All right.
Targeting that.
Make a spell attack modifier.
6th level.
6th level.
I'll cast cut a bitch.
Yeah. What is that? The 22 plus 14, 36.
With 36, you sense no change in the magic around her.
Okay. Yelena, you must stop. Xander is not our enemy. We have tried to bring you strength. We have tried to unleash what you have. We have not kept it from you. You have been able to harness it because of us.
I'm done with your patronizing, Sildren. And she lashes out with a beam of a plasma that she did before uncontrollably. This time, though, she does have control. She sweeps it and hits Sildren Piercy, Yaru, Bali, and Shunka. Xander's fine since he's on the opposite side, and Palik, you're above on the wall. Each of you guys need to make a reflex save, 36.
I'd like to waive that reflex save for a teleportation.
No, you're going to have to be hit by her.
39.
Unless I make this reflex save. Oh, that is a natural 19.
38.
So it's a pass and a pass.
That's a 44,
That's a pass.
which is a critical success.
Oh, for you? Okay.
So I will teleport.
That would be for him as well.
So 21 points of fire damage to Sildren.
Sildren's down.
Sildren's dropped. Dying level what?
2.
2
36.
is a pass. So you take 21 points, Wally.
Alright.
As my reflex, may I teleport?
Sure.
Yaru teleports in front of her, taking whatever damage may come, and I will hug her.
You will hug her.
Yes.
It's called a safety hold.
And for the second time today, I will try a no cause for alarm. In no way am I attempting to trick her. I am simply trying to put her at ease.
Make a diplomacy roll 39 or higher, please.
Okay.
Polly, don't be afraid to put a hammer in her back of her skull.
Ooh.
I couldn't even if she was
that's
lying
really
down.
Good. 40.
With a 40, as you hug her, she blasts you personally with a shock of energy for 30 points of electrical damage.
It's okay. It's okay.
And she then, instead of grabbing onto you to deal this damage, she then stops doing the damage and gently grabs onto you and puts her head into your neck shoulder area and starts to cry and feels, and that little lift off the ground, she's falling down into your arms and crying, and the orange flames disappear off of her. Gain a hero point, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice job. Good move.
Bleak at this
Snap her
point
little neck.
is seeing red, so I don't know if we're still in.
Go ahead.
She's gonna jump off this wall and charge Yelena.
Okay.
Oh,
Put her sword.
come on.
Can you see
No.
what I'm doing?
I don't give a shit. I just saw what she did to Xander.
All right.
And I'm gonna put a sword through her.
You don't need to roll. She's all yours.
Oh!
You know you stabbed me too, right?
Nope. I went to the side. I'm gonna catch her right in the neck and take out her throat.
You should say something.
I told you. Told you to be nice to Xander. No,
Bleak.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from any of you.
You don't have a choice. What you did is despicable. She saved your life time and again today. Of all days.
She's been terrible to us.
You have been terrible to us. Do you see us stabbing you in the neck?
Well, you could try.
Palik, you have taken a turn worse than she ever could. I started
think
this.
I could.
I started in this group because of you. I thought you were better than this.
Well, I guess I'm not. Was done taking shit from her. I was done seeing her try to rip this group apart. And if that's what you think I've just done, well then, I'm sorry. But this needed to be done.
You are not sorry. But you will be.
Whoa!
Xander walks over with 7 hit points and a smoking robe.
You have a little
And-
more than 7.
Walks in between Palik and Yaru and hugs Palik.
I love you, Xander.
I love you, Palik. Thank you for keeping us alive.
You're welcome.
This is wrong.
Why is it wrong?
If I have
You're saying what she's been doing to this group has been right? We took her in. We treated her like family. And she's done nothing but shit on us.
for someone without a family, in the first place, Palik, it does not surprise me that you treated her so poorly.
I tried to treat her like a sister.
Never once was that true.
That is, you are inaccurate.
Very well.
A meteor, a third one, comes flying through the opening in the sky, comes racing right down, but it is not a meteor. It is on your battle map. It is Shale, the red dragon, comes swooping in as the snow comes falling in from above and comes landing down and sees the corpse of Char Ice and pauses for a moment and looks. Also looks at your group. Yaru, you're still holding on to the dead Yelena, I assume, in your embrace?
Yep.
All right.
Are you still unconscious?
I'm dying. I mean, I would have participated in that conversation, but I was too busy bleeding out.
Oozing out.
Yeah.
Bolly has a say in this too. Bolly goes past Sildren and not even reaching down, just kind of brushes him and walks past him with the robes so that he does gain the benefit of the healing of the vital beacon.
Okay.
So you awake, but it's this very nonchalant, walking past you. Bolly goes up to Yaru and says, "Give her to me."
Yaru will hand Palik over.
Hand Bolly.
Or, I'm sorry, hand
Yelena.
Hand Yelena over. I'm sorry.
Takes Yelena and leaves this group setting and walks over to some other side section of the cavern and places her there. And
Okay. Shale says, "It is done. The unthinkable Char Ice gone." And pause a bit at Char Ice. Char Ice is now made up of weird bluish blood, scales hard as metal, and then some of them are actually melting, some are not, in this weird bloody gooey mess. But again, there's some bits and pieces that look normal, just this weird mess. "I have known this dragon forever, and now it is just I did not think you had this in you."
As does everyone who has crossed us.
We have upheld our end of the bargain. Now you will uphold yours.
You, as always, can't have that backwards. I have upheld my end of the bargain. And men will leave my lair alone for 100 years, as agreed. Shale says, looking at all of you, and
Yaru's looking at
just
Piercy.
slightly, there's a little bit of red growing in his belly as a defensive measure upon the next answer he received.
I'm just looking at Piercy.
Yeah, there is a shifting of eyes.
Everyone looks at Piercy.
No, it's not. And like Sildren's like right there is like right behind Piercy. He's like, now's not the time. Now it's not
Piercy,
the time.
Piercy does not take any kind of aggressive stance. He simply just walks over to Char Ice's dead corpse and grabs one of the scales, one of the ones that are not like melting or disintegrating, one of the permanent scales, and puts it in his bag.
All right. You grab a scale. You also are able to grab what seems to be a plain necklace that was around her neck that also has a scale around it you think might be of a magical nature.
Okay. And as he grabs the scale and puts it in his bag, he is eyeing Shale. He's just keeping
All right.
keeping his gaze upon
Okay.
Shale as he does.
46, Soldier.
Thank you. Sildren will get down to work on a tooth.
All right.
I mean,
Um,
as much as.
in front of Shale?
Yep.
Wow.
Yaru will say,
She was a great enemy, but she is not the last we will face, Shale. Should the undead make their way to Navarre, we do not ask you to protect the humans, but perhaps keep the undead at bay. Do not let them go south.
I will not underestimate you, as Char-Ice has. And with a big flap, Shale takes up to the air, ignoring Yaru for, I think, the third time, and flies up and out. And you see, by the way, the sky is, although snowy, there's no blizzard of dark shapes flying up there.
Fairly clearish.
Yes. What would you guys like to do?
Piercy. It's a time for us to return.
I think we have some poking around this castle to do.
You do that, and
Yes,
I'll be on my way.
Piercy, there is still the matter of Scourgeonar to be dealt with, and in this lair there must be some kind of, perhaps weapon, aid of some kind against him. If he feared her as much as he did, we can find something here to use against him.
You think the Scourgeonar is here?
No, I do not think he is here. I think Char-Ice has something in this lair, even if it is simple weapons to use against him. He feared her for a reason.
You'll find what you're looking for, and meet me in Mirskan.
You plan to walk?
I should get going.
I'm going over to Bali if he'll have it.
Yeah, Sildren does have something to add to the at the end.
Go for it.
So Sildren walks over to Yelena's body, kneels down to her, pulls out what he'd been working on, which was it was Voldak's tooth with basically just a necklace for her, and basically like puts it on her. Says, "I'm sorry that I failed you, child." Make sure, gives her a little blessing of Keth, and walks away.
You hear Piercy off in the distance, a loud, heavy drum sound that comes from no direction in particular.
Okay.
And you hear this as well, Yaru, as do you, Sildren and Palik. Bali and Xander do not hear this sound, but you see your other friends kind of looking around.
Sick of those damn drums.
Not as you guys are gathering together your bits of supplies and stuff, and before Piercy, you're about to head off, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You see forming above the group, about 20 feet above you, spread out roughly across the group, 4 red circles form, magical rings in the air that trail little red dust as they go around that kind of falls. And the drum sounds grow louder.
Piercy looks up and sighs and walks back towards the group.
Okay.
Oh.
You got a little dust on you.
One of the circles then moves quite quickly straight at Yaru. Yaru, make a reflex save 40, please.
Okay. Ooh, that is definitely a 4.
That's a success?
Yes.
All right,
Wait, actually, it's not. It's a 13 and 25. It's
38
38.
is a failure. This ring flies at Yaru and wraps around him, and as it does, Yaru disappears. Another one comes flying out at Palik. Make a reflex save, 40.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Yaru is gone.
41.
Is a success. Palik, you are able to step out of the way if you choose. If you do so, you must have that ring incidentally then hit someone else who gets no save and will be hit by it.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta roll to see. No, I don't. It's gonna hit Piercy.
Piercy. You are hit and you are
Judas.
disappeared and gone. The third circle comes flying out towards Sildren. Sildren, make a 40 reflex save.
Nah, Sildren takes it.
And
I suspect I know what it is.
all right. And it swarms around you, and you are disappeared. There is a fourth and final ring that is circling around, and it seems to move and move and move, and doesn't seem to know exactly where it's
Already
going.
left.
Catch it, Xander, by the gnome.
Doesn't know where to go, and it's moving towards Xander or Bali. Both of you guys roll a 20-sided die. Lowest number is the target.
This ought to be fun.
2.
2.
Roll again.
It can't.
No, roll again.
We like embrace each other like
Who do I pick?
14.
5.
All right. Bali, make a reflex save 40, please.
no.
Comes right at you.
Wally's bent over paying attention, and he's encumbered with furs. No, he
All right.
takes all of
Malik
it.
and Xander, you then see this ring then start heading over towards Bali. You fail. And Bali is consumed by this ring, and you disappear.
All you hear is, no, I'm not done. Ah!
Palik and Xander are left alone in this cold.
What about Shunka?
Shunka's in my pocket.
Yeah,
Okay.
in this cold room.
With Yelena, or the corpse thereof.
Yep. Yep.
Finally, we have some privacy.
Oh,
What
get it done on
what the
Yelena's
hell
corpse.
happened? What do you think that was?
That was definitely magic, and it was targeting magic from maybe another plane? Maybe a friend's, but I don't know if that's likely. I didn't even hear them coming.
Well, you might have been distracted. Some heavy shit just happened.
Really?
Should we wait here for him?
We should find out what's going on. Somehow. Let's look around and see if we can find any information about...
There was a big fancy door.
We'll start there.
Who was the first to be affected by the ring?
Yaru.
Yaru. You don't know when, or really where, but you slowly blink your eyes as you come conscious and find yourself chained with your arms bound behind your back to an obsidian slab in a stone dungeon you do not recognize. There is sawdust upon the floor. You find yourself
not good.
completely unable to move.
To soak up the blood.
And you have no concept of any focus points or ability to use any pseudo-magical monk
Just
powers.
had to say it. Okay.
You blink your eyes and look around. You can see there are several creatures that look muscular, bronze skin, wearing just like a harness. They look like oversized orcs. One is arranging a whole bunch of manacles on chains hanging from the ceiling and trying to arrange them. There's another one that's picking through the weapons of your allies that are on the ground and the packs of all of the four of you. And a third one comes over and they start arguing and trying to fight and pull in some language you don't understand, pulling and trying to fight over who else went in there? Sildren and Piercy, fighting over Piercy's weapon, the short sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to fight over who gets what and pushing and fighting. The first one with the chains comes over to you, Yaru. And Piercy, your eyes start to blink, and Sildren, you start to wake up. You can see the four of you are roughly in this little dungeon here. To you, Yaru, one comes over. He has a patch over one eye and gets in real close with terrible breath right in front of your face, but doesn't say anything and is eyeing you over with one eye, if you will.
Where am I? Who are you?
You are here, says a voice from the stairs leading into this dungeon. From the stairs comes a pale man with no hair and a velvet-trimmed black robe who walks down. He walks over. Bali, you are also conscious. All four of you are conscious and all tied to these obsidian slabs. And he walks over towards Sildren.
And I'm assuming I cannot currently cast?
Correct.
Okay.
As he walks, you hear boom, 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 boom of huge, big drum sounds from
Sick of those fucking drums.
From directly above. You can now hear the direction they are at as they resonate throughout this dungeon room. You can hear them above, incredibly loud. You can feel the drums pounding through your very core.
I told you to get him a clarinet for Christmas.
This man comes in close to you, Sildren, and eyes you up and says, "We have been expecting you for quite a while, dragon slayers. It is time. Time to bleed."
Sildren spits right in his face.
He wipes it off and then says to the four of you one last thing. "Welcome to the oubliette." And we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for coming into this adventure. This is quite crazy. I'm very interested to see what happens in our after show. Don't forget again to check out our website, gloriousbards.com, and we will see you next time.
We're actually going to see you next time. Bye, guys.
We did it. Some of us might.